Will you, though? Will you?
Oh, hey, guys.
If you invite the love of Jesus Christ into your heart, Mitchell, you'll feel better. Oh, shit, we're recording.
Oh, hi, Philip.
Hey, everyone.
Well,
hi, guys.
I wish I could say a long time no see, but I saw you Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah, a little bit.
So Phil's back.
Hey, hi,
Hey.
everyone. This is Phil. I am back. I am not, in fact, dead. Just my grandfather.
Hi, back. I'm...
Oh, God.
No, but no,
Join the club, buddy.
no, but
Dark.
For those of you who aren't already aware, the reason I was taking a break is my grandfather was very ill, and he did unfortunately pass. But it wasn't his sleep, so you know he had something going for him there.
Am I allowed? Can I make like one shitty joke?
Keep in mind that I am now the proud owner of a lot of explosives.
Listen, I'm just saying that like he went out for a pack of smokes and he in fact is not coming back.
Bro, he couldn't even walk. What do you mean he went out for a pack? He sent my mother out, obviously.
And she never returned.
No, she came back and he was dead.
But yeah, that was the thing that was going on with Phil. So
But yeah.
a couple people knew in the Discord, mainly like just I think
A couple people,
Eminent, I think was the only one because he's the mod.
Eminent,
He
and
didn't know.
then Charles knew because like
Well,
Charles,
yeah, he was
like is an IRL friend. So
Yeah. But, I didn't expect him to talk about this, so he was like, "So my grandpa died," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that was why that happened. Oh, I'm Jacob, by the way.
Hi, I'm Mitchell.
Hey, these were little cats, turtles, guys.
hey, by the way, I'm sending out a everyone ping on Discord. Get wrecked.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, and I did it in the word of Sigmar, so nobody can hit me with any of those. Like,
If you're
who dare ping
planning
me?
on
Who dare ping me?
Tokyo, please send me a D. Send Philip a DM. Not me.
Everyone send Mitchell a DM.
Actually, no. That's a really. Hang on. Let me change that real
Wait,
quick.
And don't forget about the goddamn Warlord Titan.
Yes. Also, the Silent King. This is what you get for letting me come back.
We should have kept the door locked.
Oh, hey, Big Boy Tim already hit me
Bro,
up.
you might
Excellent.
actually start crying. Mitchell's had a rough week.
It's not a rough week, it's a rough month.
Oh, hey, I just realized that Big Boy Tim's profile picture is a fucking cat with a jewel.
Everyone send good vibes towards Mitchell, my man suffering. Oh, fuck.
Okay, well, welcome back, everybody.
I don't think we even...
No, hold up. So real quick, Big Boy Tim sent me this DM, and he's like, I ain't planning on it. I am. And at first I was like, well, if you're not planning on going, why'd you DM me? And then I read it again, and I was like, oh, no, he is going.
I ain't
okay,
planning,
cool.
I am.
Yeah. No, I was just like,
Is that one of those
Tim,
like...
wait, what?
Was that one of those like add comma will help?
No, it's just, like it makes sense once you read it, but at first my brain was just like, I'm going to ignore that period. And I was like, what?
I don't know why. That reminded me of one of my favorite examples as for why commas are like good. And it was like, oh, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was basically the difference between like, I'm fucking my brother and I'm not. Something along those lines, like how the sentence was worded, like the comma made it seem a lot less fucked up.
There is
Oh, yeah.
helping blind children and helping blind children.
There we go.
Exactly.
Helping. Yeah, that's big. I don't know why that
Yeah.
reminded me of that, but it did, and I was like, oh god.
No, it's let's eat, comma, Uncle Tim, and then let's eat Uncle Tim. But no, that's like, oh my god. That's like this. I just saw a YouTube short earlier today, where like the whole thing was I think it was supposed to be Final Fantasy 14.
Sponsored, because nobody actually watches YouTube shorts.
Hey now, I do it to waste time.
But no, so like somebody was asking, hey, like, can you help me find a dungeon, or can you help me with this one particular dungeon? But of course they were doing like internet quick type speech, so like it had like
silent your
abbreviations
phone.
and no, fuck no. But no, it had like abbreviations and like incorrect spelling, and it was just close enough. It was the whole like it's close enough thing, and then this dude spent like 3 paragraph lengths worth of back and forth texting of like slowly correcting this person's question.
God.
Pardon me for the burp. Sorry about that. Like getting them to actually type it out correctly, just to say, no, that's what the Dungeon Finder's for. Have a good night.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, no. It was
You know what
great.
I miss, seriously? Look at that wall of red.
Yeah. Editing's gonna be a fucking blast.
When you're gone,
It's
we
not
didn't
red,
have
though,
any
it's black.
red.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
To
When
be
you were
fair-
gone, me and Mitchell were good, quiet Catholic boys.
To be fair, like
Except for that one
issue
God
with
of
my
War thing. We got
microphone is
preheated on that one.
I usually sit like right up close next to the mic, so unfortunately, like I think my microphone's just a little overtuned. So if I lean back a little bit, like this is only a couple
If
inches.
it's overtuned, I just turned it down a bit.
Yeah, there we go. That'll work.
Hey guys,
Hopefully.
it's only. Oh my gosh, already 5 minutes. We're doing Hedonites of Slaanesh, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think we told anyone that.
Yeah, we're doing Hedonites of
no,
Slaanesh.
surprise.
Actually, I told Norky when I was playing Fortnite with him.
Yeah, disgusting. Please bully Mitchell.
No, they're trying to get me to play too. I have been considering.
And I will shit in your bed.
It's crossplay. You can play on PC and do
I
it.
will shit in your bed.
Philip, we both know that I shit more than you. Are you sure you want to ride this train, bud?
Yes,
He enjoys it.
exactly. Please.
They say
I like
it's
a warm bed.
I prefer the pillowcases.
Oh man, you mean my pillows will actually have nice, soft, comfy support for once? I'm here for it.
I mean,
Please.
oh man,
Please.
how far am I willing to take this joke?
Okay, by the way,
Before
before
be chunky.
before we go. Oh my god, please
Can't
shut
be
up.
any chunkier than my pillow is right now. Okay, no, this pillow is. I love it. I stole it from my
just shut
roommate in
up, okay?
college, and like, yeah, it's
we
great.
haven't even talked about the topic of which to tangent off of.
Okay, to be fair,
over a Spotify recap.
That's all I wanna
do.
to be fair, shitting in someone's pillow is a very Slaanesh thing to do.
Shut up, Philip.
We both. That's more Nurgle. Depends on what you do with the shit after.
Depends
that
on the
makes it
context.
Okay. Before I truly go into everything else, I just want to say thank you for all our listeners because we got our Spotify recap and then everybody started to post.
Oh yeah, that was so cool.
Yeah, that was
That
awesome.
was
That was
a-
awesome.
that was a very surreal moment to me.
Oh, speaking of
Can
Spotify
I take a second to
recaps,
shit
though,
on our one only mod who didn't even have the common courtesy to put us in his top fucking 5?
Oh man.
But apparently we have created 1,885 minutes of new content
1,800.
in 85 minutes. Look at that number.
Of nuke, so that's all.
Oh, that's
all,
more than 92% of other creators in the
wait,
leisure
that's
category.
all. That's all the content. that
Also,
we made-
I forgot
we
that-
made this year.
Yeah.
I forgot I put this as leisure.
I mean, like playing games is supposed to be a.
It's very leisure activity.
Until
That was
you
my-
actually play and you're like, fucking roll 6s, ah! And then yeah, no.
Oh, dude, I'm pretty sure the next time I talk trash about my luck in the shop, Jay's gonna like materialize behind me and he's gonna
Beat
my
your
womo me.
ass.
Just like my womo, and I'm
our
just gonna like
most-
proceed to shit
our
myself
most,
and run away in terror.
Well, hold on. Before you continue, that was 92% more of other leisure.
Yes.
Yes.
Really? So we're
Yeah.
in the top 8% when it comes to making new content.
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, quantity wise,
Definitely not quality.
We were listened to in 61 different countries. Our top 5 being the United
US,
States,
England.
UK,
Germany?
Australia, Canada, then Germany.
really?
Yeah.
I mean, go figure, English-speaking nations.
I mean, yeah, but still.
Our podcast
Considering one of our most
was
active
in the
people is
top
from
10% of most shared globally.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
The top 10% of. Wait, repeat that?
Shared globally.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, like I just said, one
Okay.
of our top people, like one of the people who interacts with the most on Discord, is from Poland.
No, meaning we were more like 66% of our like how listeners spread the word was through direct link.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also, to be fair, I posted direct link to Spotify when it's posted on Discord. So that's probably that.
Yeah.
We are in the top 5% of most followed podcasts.
Macarena.
Okay, so we have one of the top. So for this year or all time? Or
This year.
This year.
I think that's also just like all time at the moment
So
as well.
we are in the top 5% of having the most followers
Yeah.
on Spotify.
Okay, to be fair, a whole lot of people just make failed podcasts. We actually stuck with this.
But still, 5% seems pretty fucking high for a bunch of jackasses
Not really,
screaming
'cause
into a
it's-
mic.
Well, no, because it goes back to that old business percentage, the 20-80%, where 80% of your sales comes from your top 20%.
Yeah.
It goes back to that. Like, think about it this way. Anything Markiplier does, whether it be podcast, YouTube channel, whatever, it's gonna get millions of followers
that's
and views
fair.
and
and
things like
here's
that.
the stat that we care
And-
most
and
about.
Hold
that
on.
curve falls off pretty sharp.
Before you say that, I need to make a quick callback to episode 2. If anyone remembers, I think it was in episode 2 when I said if I sound like I'm dying, it's because I'm allergic to Texas. Yeah.
We're back in that season again.
Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. I am fucking dying, and if I start hawking, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best, but like I am basically bleeding mucus out of every fucking orifice of my body. It's great. I love it. I spent the first 4 days of this weekend basically huddled in my bed, screaming from my agony to stop.
Yeah, I knew he was sick.
Okay. Let me get to this so we can actually get to this episode. Damn it.
No, I knew he was sick when he walked out of the room covered in blankets, and he was like, "Oh my god, it's cold in here. Is this how the rest of y'all feel all the time?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Looks like Circe's dying.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, cool. Circe's finally dying. Excellent. So when am I getting his room?"
Our podcast was in the top 10 podcasts for 2,621 people.
For 6,221.
You were in the top 10%.
2,000.
So for that many-
2,621.
So for that many people, our podcast was in their top 10%
Yes.
most listened to.
Yeah.
Yes, for 1,660 people, we were in the top 5. For 296 people, we were in the number 1 podcast.
Oh,
Not in imminence though.
yeah. We're going to be having a business meeting about that.
Lorecast Eternals will remember that.
You have lost relationship points.
You have alerted the horde. But no.
Run.
Speaking of reviews though, I'm in the top 1% for Sabaton listeners worldwide.
I think I was in the hang on, I gotta find it. I was in top 3% for Daddy Fat Snaps.
I saw that. You know what fucking surprised me? Because
Wait, where's that Sabaton percentage?
Mr.
Not there.
Mr. I went to the concert.
Mr. I went to the concert.
No,
Dude, and I've actually listened to less Sabaton this year than normal.
Bro.
And I've still listened to over 1,000 hours. Or minutes.
This is what surprised the shit out
I
of me.
listened to 21,000 minutes.
I think I had like 40.
No, 42. It was 42,000 or something like that.
42,000 minutes listened to.
But-
which, to be fair, when I'm at work, like I throw in my earbuds and then I'm listening to music for basically 8 hours straight.
Yeah.
This is what surprised the shit out of me is because the majority of my music listening is when I'm sleeping because I listen to music to go to sleep. Is apparently because I use YouTube Music and that cultivates a playlist depending on what you're listening to, so you kind of get a bunch of like-minded songs. I think Spotify probably does the same thing. My YouTube Music randomly generated playlist decides that I like 2 bands in particular, and that's Imagine Dragons and The Score. I do like Imagine Dragons. I actively try to not listen to The Score because I listened to them for a long time and I kind of got burnt out. But I was in the top 4% for Imagine Dragons, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so I listened to 72 different genres. You know what my top genre was? Fucking Odacore.
Nice.
I was like, what the shit is this? And then
My first
followed by
one-
3 different versions of metal.
My first one was lo-fi.
Yep, that makes sense.
Second one was Russian pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one. 'cause,
Not surprised.
Yeah, I think
No, it
someone on
was
the podcast was like,
40
why? He's like, I was trying to learn Russian.
43,216.
I'm pretty sure. Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that this.
James was like over 100,000.
Oh, James is a special case.
James exclusively listens to music.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not going to be surprised if this year's recap, my number one listened to genre is going to be lo-fi and vibes and whatnot, because I've officially started making a playlist for lo-fi that's just called vibes. Let me tell you, Mitchell, it's pretty
vibe.
fucking nice.
It's a vibe.
Oh, it is
So,
most definitely. It's not a vibe, Mitchell. It's the vibe.
Oh, by the way, you want to know what my top song was this year?
What?
Fucking Papa Ya. because I set that as my weekend song, or as my weekend alarm for a really long time, basically the entire year, and it would go off every 10 minutes until I turned it off, and it would start at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes I wouldn't wake up till like 10. And I would just sleep through my alarm. Because, it hits Friday, and my brain's like, alarm, not important.
You're a monster. Okay. we got to get to this episode because I want to sleep at some time tonight.
At some point in time. Well, so we're doing episodes every 3 weeks for so that's 21 days. Okay, never mind. I was gonna make a joke, but it's not gonna work. I was gonna say because this is gonna be our only episode for this month, but it's not because our second. I know we're gonna have another episode on the 25th, I think.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Christmas weekend.
Christmas Day.
Good point. Good point. This is probably going to be our only EP for this month, and the joke does work. The joke being is on the super family-friendly, family-oriented month of Christmas, we're doing Hedonites.
It's Slaanesh.
Murder your mother, kill your brother. It's all going to be a good time.
Deck the halls with
Eat
mounds
the
of
children.
bodies.
La 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 la.
Jingle hells, definitely.
I'm guessing we're probably gonna do one right after Christmas, just over Discord or something.
No, we'll probably we'll probably just come back the week after that and then go back on our 3-week schedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably just gonna be the most efficient. My belly, it rumble.
I got nuts downstairs if you want some.
Nah, I'm good.
Well, Philip is pretty proficient at gargling nuts.
You're
Okay.
goddamn right.
Okay.
All right, so this has been
16 minutes
of nothing but bullshit.
Well, not entirely. The Spotify stuff was pretty interesting.
Well, no, it's more just like this is Phil's first episode back in two episodes, and then 6 weeks, 8 weeks, no, 9 weeks.
It's been almost 3
hold
months.
up, Work's texting me.
Yeah, so like
I'm gonna throw your phone.
I'm pretty sure this episode is gonna be a clusterfuck because we're gonna have to make up for all the lost tangents. So I apologize in advance. And before
I think we went on 2 tangents while you were gone.
Welcome to my ADD brain.
Well, no, like me and Mitchell had a bunch of really really small short tangents.
Oh man, I actually
we only really had one bad tangent, which was the God of War thing, but like it was still fun.
Yeah.
It was quiet. It was calming.
One sentence. I'm really enjoying Jacksepticeye's playthrough of God of War Ragnarok.
Hey, don't say anything about it because I still got to buy it and play it.
Everyone dies.
I mean, that's life in general, okay? Continue.
Kratos and Freya bang.
Whoa!
No, he's referencing a very particular piece of art that he showed me, and it's funny as
No,
shit.
it's Freya looking at Kratos with a really weird face. Because Kratos looking at her, and there's the O above her name, and she's like, "What are you looking at me for?" And Kratos is like,
Yeah, no, it's actually really
"Gotta
funny.
get those red orbs."
Press O to smash.
Oh
God.
Lord.
Or press circle. There it is.
Okay.
Do we have any
it's,
announcements
Sony.
besides like?
Oh, we're going to be setting up our Patreon later this month.
Yes, that is officially
How did
coming.
y'all two forget that?
Well, no,
And I remember.
we've just been talking about it for a while, so I forgot that we haven't actually said
Philip,
anything.
You
I'm
literally
currently-
told us to remember to mention it like 30 minutes ago before we
Philip,
started.
I am just
I
trying to
never
survive.
said that
My
I was a
objective
smart
is to
person.
survive today.
Objective.
Listen, my
survive.
body is rebelling against me, and I have a massive headache. So fuck off. But
Mitchell, do we need to get you an energy sword and a bunch of Sangheili elites to come running at you? That's literally what that comes from.
Wort.
Wart. Wart. There we go. That was a good one.
Yeah, so we've been talking about a Patreon for a long time, and we said that at the very latest, we would get it up in December. So lo and behold, we waited until the last fucking month because dun procrastination.
We set deadlines for a reason.
Yeah.
Cool beans. We're gonna get a Patreon at the end of this month. Join the Discord.
That's
we're going to
gonna-
LVO.
that's gonna happen.
We're gonna do the LVO channel. Let's get into the episode.
I'm going to start explaining everything he said really slowly because now I know it aggravates him.
18 minutes into this. I just want to start.
But no, that was basically it. What Mitchell said. LVO, we're going to talk about it. We're going to have the LVO chat up soon because Phil just fucking did that. Patreon's coming up. We might
Come play Fortnite with me. Let's go.
we might potentially make a small
Or
little
don't.
EP about what the Patreon's going to be about, depending on like what we decide. But that's going to be later.
More than likely, that'll be just an introduce.
If you don't want to do Patreon,
not
just send
interlude.
us a PayPal thing.
prologue.
there-
to
yeah.
An episode.
But yeah, that's it. So rolling into the motherfuckers, literally.
Yeah. Philip, would you like to start us off?
Oh, this is going to be primarily Philip's episode because not only does he know the most of the Hedonites out of the three of us, he hasn't been here in a while, and he has his dues to pay.
And he is our local degenerate. As I say that, I got all the Uzaki-tron once they hang out manga.
Wait, do you really?
I got a lot of them. on my top of my
Bro, are
bookshelf.
you serious?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah.
You have Vineland Saga up there?
I got one book.
Oh my
Bro.
God, it is up here.
Bro, that story slapped.
Oh,
I
and you have
fucking...
code, we can't communicate. Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay, get back down here and talk about the Hedonites,
Look
damn
what
it.
you've done.
Talk about the goddamn Hedonites.
He's got Spy X Family up there, too.
Yeah!
Okay. Our father left us. How you do?
I'm doing pretty good, actually.
Okay. So,
But no, so, fuck, where were we? Hedonites, yes. Okay, cool. So, Hedonites of Slaanesh. One important thing to note about the Hedonites of Slaanesh, technically, there are two different armies that are incorporated in that.
it's mortals and demons, right?
Yeah, and the mortals are called the Sybarites.
Okay, I think we're just going to really focus on the Sybarites.
No, we'll cover the demons too, but the demons are, to a certain extent, self-explanatory.
They're demons.
Yeah, they're demons. They just do, like, to a certain extent, a demon is a demon is a demon. The difference is just what exactly they do and how they do it.
So, like, Korn, like to murder.
Yeah, exactly.
Nurgle
likes to shit
postulate.
themselves.
Zinch likes to scheme.
Exactly. And
Slaanesh likes to have orgy.
Actually, orgy is a really good word for it, because the actual definition of an orgy is a group of people doing all of the same thing.
That's why I use the term orgy.
So yeah, most people just think like sex orgies, but like an orgy can be technically a lot of people like.
Are we having an orgy right now?
I wouldn't say so. 'Cause
We're
there's
all
only
talking about
three of us,
Slaanesh.
but like whenever you,
We're a group of people.
usually orgy implies excess. So like,
Oh.
like a truly, like
Is LVO an orgy?
yeah, you could call it an orgy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would think so at least.
It's a very excess amount of Warhammer going on that day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, technically, like a feast could be considered an orgy. It's an orgy of food, especially if people are just like eating to excess.
Okay.
At least that's how I like to think of it.
We're talking about orgies.
Jess walked into a Dollar Tree to get like some stuff, and the little second she stepped foot in that Dollar Tree, she got an explosive nosebleed. So she walked up to the guy like, "Hey, can you direct me to the bathroom so I can get some toilet paper for my face?" And he had headphones in. So she's sitting there waiting, and she looks at him, and her hands and face are covered in blood. And he basically shit a brick. Yeah, so that happened.
Nice.
And she also bought some Christmas decorations.
Oh. Okay, continue, Philip.
Yep.
I don't know. Would you consider that an orgy?
No, shut up. Continue.
Okay. But yeah, what really marks the demonettes of Slaanesh out from the other demons, because to a certain extent, all of them are just as martially proficient as Khorne's demons. What really sets them apart is that whereas Khorne is very much about the slaughter and the bloodshed, he doesn't really care about excess. To a certain extent, he cares just that blood flows.
Yeah. Also, Slaanesh is all about trying new things.
Or Corn's like,
not
if it ain't
necessarily.
broke, don't fix it.
I know Slaanesh followers typically are not too afraid to die because they're trying a new experience.
Yes,
Called
that is
dying.
true.
Well, this death thing, it's all the rage this year.
Yeah.
The Stormcast Eternals would like to know your location.
So one thing I will say about that is that going back to what sets Slaanesh demons apart is that they seek perfection in what they do. So whereas, with a bloodletter, it's just going to kill you and move on. A demonette is going to try and make you either like suffer as much as she can before she kills you, or is going to try and kill you in the most artistic way possible, or is going to incorporate your death into a beautiful, beautiful and horrendous dance of murder.
If there was ever a demon if there was ever a like particular chaos god that I think would embody the T-pose after kill, it would definitely be
Oh yeah,
Slaanesh.
yeah. No, Slaaneshis are definitely going to be teabagging you afterwards.
Oh yeah. With their 3 spiky testicles, probably.
Exactly. But again, that's kind of what sets. Oh look, something.
Algae medicine.
Shove it up your nose. I don't want to get a nosebleed. I'm good.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Like, I appreciate this, but like, I will pop a cork all over this fucking mic set.
What a wonderful thought. Corn would like to know your location. Dude, Violent Night. Shit was so good.
Legs don't bend that way.
Oh man. Oh, that's thinking about it. Okay, anyway. Circe and I went to go see Violent Night. Or Jacob and I went to go see Violent Night.
Well, they know. Like they.
No, I'm just being clear. But no, Jacob and I went to go see Violent Night yesterday, and it was funny as hell. No, 2 nights ago, wasn't it?
It was the second.
Yeah, thanks for the invite.
Yeah. You got an invite. You just didn't come.
You think I was told a time and place?
You could have followed up.
We're moving on. Continue.
I ain't got no protection for myself on this one. I just forgot because like this week's been shitty and I forgot.
To
And
be
I'm
fair,
sorry. All that
he
I
wasn't
got.
supposed to invite anyone.
Yeah, that too. Oh, not only was it a big deal, but like Charles was like, "Hey, I want if y'all want to come," and my brain is just like, "Oh, cool, the gang's coming." And then I invited like James and Phil, and Jess was like, "That invitation was just for the 2 of us," and I was like, fuck.
Okay. Okay,
But
continue.
no, so
Thank you for this. If I use it, I will pop a cork and I will bleed all over this table.
Why?
I don't do well with nasal spray. I don't know why. I never have.
Set it up there then.
I do appreciate the thought, though.
yeah. Back to the Hedonites, though. So another important thing to note about Hedonites, like the mortal followers, is that
They look dapper.
they do look pretty dapper. But no, an important thing to note about
They're double D's, dapper and dangerous.
One important thing to note about the mortal followers of Slaanesh is it's actually incredibly easy to fall to Slaanesh. Whereas with Tzeentch, Khorne, and Nurgle, to a certain extent, you kind of have to make a choice.
There's a certain lane you have to follow.
Yeah.
One thing I found really interesting while going through and all this and doing all the research is like just seeing a Keeper of Secrets pretty much makes you fall either commit suicide or fall to Slaanesh.
Like, it's so pretty, I have to die, or like,
because
I want some of that booty.
because
It is
it's
either so unnerving to watch a Keeper of to see a Keeper of Secrets that either it's basically like seeing Cthulhu and like it's gonna drive you mad and you're gonna kill yourself to get away from it, or it will be so enthralling
Bonk, go to horny jail.
enrapturing that
it's also
bonk, go to horny jail.
it's also like what you typically see is your darkest desires
Yeah, it's
in
never
a
the same
twisted,
for you.
mangled way.
Yeah, and that's what the a lot of creatures of Slaanesh and some of the higher ranking followers of Slaanesh exude
an aura.
it's more like pheromones.
Or a miasma?
almost. Yeah, a
Miasma.
miasma. Is it miasma or miasma? Why am I asking you?
Wow.
Bro, I don't trust you on pronunciations. You learn a lot of your pronunciations from like Russians.
It's actually the British, but you're right.
Well, if it was the British, it'd be like Miami's for there'd be a bunch of extra M's and shit in there.
It's aluminium.
Okay, no,
It's color, not
You know
color.
why Americans pronounce it aluminum and the British pronounce it aluminium? It has to do with like patenting and trade rights and shit like that. And somebody was trying to sell aluminum in Britain, and they couldn't get a patent or something like that, so they had to rename it aluminium, and that's why everybody calls it aluminium in Britain or something like that.
Yeah.
It's our first honestly got tangent in like 3 months.
Are you talking about our first 20 minutes of this one?
No, a tangent. We had to be on topic and then fuck off to be a tangent. That was just complete and total fucking off. This is an honest to God tangent, and I think I'm gonna cry. Aluminium.
Back on topic though. So yes, a lot of the high-ranking people will exude like a miasma, whatever.
We just went down this road.
Desire, and so like when people inhale that it can like lead to
In some
feelings of euphoria and things like that. Usually in the Allies, it's like feelings of euphoria and like it can heighten bloodlust and things like that. Whereas in just like normal people, it to a certain extent can like fill your head with lustful thoughts and your deepest desires and things like that.
And the cool thing about that is that that's also kind of a reflection as to how the demons and just servants of Slaanesh look. More the demons and servants, but to a certain extent, when you're looking at them from our perspective as like people who play the game and not into lore, they look pretty fucking grotesque. But that kind of feeds into like how they affect the minds of mortals. Is like the way you see, or the way you perceive them, and the desire you feel isn't normal. It isn't what you would call a normal sense of desire. And the longer you are affected by that, the more it'll twist your mind towards those certain things, and you'll start seeing like bald, fucking horn titty,
it's like
crab clawed demoness. You'd be like, yeah, that's pretty fucking hot.
Well, it's like the
how
the
you perceive
crap.
reality.
How what is his name again? The fat dude. We were just talking about him.
Lord of Gluttony. Fucking it something.
Glotticus?
Yeah, Glock, something like that.
Oculus or whatever the fuck.
I'm not gonna bother with it. Anyway,
I'll look up
the
his
fat
name.
dude. Yeah, thank you.
I honestly good for that.
How he felt as Slaanesh is he was a starving child who was hungry. And so he broke into a temple that he thought was abandoned and ate some of the food that was on offer there, not realizing
No.
was a temple of Slaanesh.
This was a temple of the Capricornia. It was a Capricornian temple.
That was secretly devoted to Slaanesh.
It was secret. So, like, it was an active temple, and everybody knew it was an active temple, but nobody knew it was secretly dedicated to Slaanesh. So he ate some golden grain because he was like, I'm kind of hungry. I'm going to eat this.
Yeah, just grain anyway. The point is he ate some of the sacred offering and was cursed for it.
Yeah.
And so his hunger drove him to, like, no matter how much he ate, it wouldn't sustain him. It wouldn't, like, feed his hunger. So he went on eating more and more and more.
It's not only that, but he also had the desire to sit there and just eat more delicacies.
Yeah, well, no, that's what the curse was. Is his hunger could only be satiated by more and more delicacies or exotic foods and things like that. Until, and he part of the curse was that he was a demon kept whispering to him, and so finally he came across a corpse on the side of the road, and a beggar's corpse, and the demon whispered it in his ear and was like, "Hey, eat it, eat it." Eat it.
Put it in your mouth.
Like, it basically drove him mad. So finally he knelt over it and, like, while weeping tears, he put the leg in the mouth and went chomp. And then on that first bite, he was filled with such ecstasy because his hunger was finally sated for once. And the revulsion and everything that he felt at consuming human flesh, especially, like, dead human flesh, because this body was, like, kind of starting to rot a little bit.
It's like a flesh eater
name.
Oh, there it is. Gluttus or Scolian. Gluttus.
The Lord of Gluttony.
Yeah, Lord of Gluttony. Basically all of those, like, negative emotions were washed away by the fact that for once, finally, his hunger was sated, and he ate the whole corpse. Like, the entire thing.
Bones included?
I mean, he probably cracked
bone marrow is supposed to be pretty good, yeah.
Bone marrow is fucking delicious.
Butter of the gods.
Beef marrow, I should specify. I do not partake in cannibalism, and I do not promote it in any form or fashion.
We here at Lorecast Turtles. Don't eat people.
Yeah, please, in any capacity. But no, So that happened, and then, like, basically he figured out, like, the more fucked up shit I eat, the less hunger I feel, and that's his ultimate fall. Is literally he was just a starving child who wanted food, and he got cursed for it.
Yeah, and then after that, like,
and now he's one of the biggest one of the most important mortal followers of Slaanesh.
And doesn't he have, like, one of the largest groups? Because it's not as though he's the most powerful, but it's his desire to eat more, and it's kind of
because he can use that desire to increase bloodlust of his followers in battle, or he can use it as a weapon against his enemies to make them feel the same hunger that he felt as a child, and it, like, literally racks them with pain because the hunger is so intense.
Yeah. Also, people follow him because it's this whole entire concept of, like, the powerful bring up more power. I don't know.
Yeah. Basically, the more he's such a meteoric rising star that Slaanesh basically just keeps sending, or no, it's not Slaanesh. The demon that possessed him, or that whispers to him, is basically like, oh man, this guy's getting, like, really powerful, so I'm gonna go whisper to my demon buddies and my other followers and get them to follow him.
Yeah.
So that kind of lends itself to it. And then, so that's one way you can fall, but another way that you can fall to Slaanesh is just by seeking perfection. Like, for instance, if you're a swordsman and you're seeking to be the perfect swordsman, the best that you can do to challenge other blade masters and try and become the best, if you pursue that too adamantly and it consumes, and it's like kind of all-consuming, that can lead to a fall to Slaanesh. Slaanesh is one of the easiest gods to fall to.
Or
Slaanesh,
just be friends with the Slaaneshi guy. Looking at you, Philip.
I mean,
Once you're friends with the degenerate, you become a degenerate.
We're both fucked. It really comes down to, because when you think about what Slaanesh embodies, he realistically has his fingers in all the pies.
Yep.
Yeah.
He fingers
Because
the pies.
whereas
he
corn-
fingers the pies.
He does. But no, he does more than just finger.
But anyway, anything, because to a certain extent, like you were saying, like corn only cares from where the blood flows. But like realistically, if you love blood to a point where it's all consuming, there could potentially be a war between whether you go to corn or Slaanesh, because it's anything.
No, generally speaking, something like that, you would ally yourself to corn.
You are correct,
But
technically,
Excess
Slaanesh
power
feeds
goes
off of that.
Yeah. Same thing with Tzeentch.
Yeah.
Like, you're having this over-consuming idea that you need more knowledge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Odin syndrome.
Yep. And that can feed both Tzeentch and Slaanesh.
It's kinda like
'Cause
no matter
the whole
where-
the whole thing about the other Chaos Gods is that, like, Khorne feeds off of rage, Tzeentch feeds off of scheming, Nurgle feeds off of disease and rot and love
And despair.
and despair and things like that. Slaanesh
If
feeds
you
off
like
of all of
if you like it too much,
yes,
he
Slaanesh
gets it.
feeds off of all of it.
It's kind of like
Any excess is his to claim. Oh, one really important thing to note, in which we've probably already discussed, but I just want to reiterate. In 40k, Slaanesh is considered hermaphroditic. It can be either male or female. In Sigmar, Slaanesh is most definitely presented as a male figure. And
Yeah.
that's just one important thing to note, because in 40k, one of Slaanesh's big names
She
is
Who
She Who
Thirsts.
Thirsts
Yep.
by the Eldar. In Sigmar...
Excuse me, Eldari. You can shoot me now.
I will fucking stab you in the throat.
Purge the knife ears. Moving on.
Look in the second drawer.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't make me have to kill him. Don't make me do it. What's in the box? What's in the box? Oh.
Click clack, motherfucker.
But no, where was I? Oh, yeah. In Age of Sigmar, Slaanesh is 120% a male character.
Yeah.
That's just something I wanted to make sure was clear, because a lot of times between Age of Sigmar and 40k, a lot
Gets
of
a
the
little
demons
confused
and
and-
gods are very similar. They work off the same principles. Hell, even the Mask, which is an important herald of Slaanesh, has basically identical backstories in both. But the one big difference is that in Age of Sigmar, Slaanesh is male, at least from everything I've read. I could be wrong, and if you would like to shoot me a comment on Discord about that, please feel free to, and cite your sources. I would love to learn more.
And another reason, like, while we're going over all of this, because realistically, when we talked about Slaanesh in our Chaos Gods video, we went over all of this. But the reason why we're reiterating it is because it's really important when you're talking about Hedonites, because, like, for Khorne, they're all blood-drunk murder hobos. For Tzeentch, they're all nerds. for Nurgle, they're all AIDS infested. But
They just don't take a shower
But
for 1 month, and it
Slaanesh-
just continues after that.
the Hedonites of Slaanesh can be really diverse, and not only like their combat styles, but their pursuits and their knowledges and things like that, because he has such a wide range of influences. So, you know, you can have a war band of Slaanesh, and yes, to a certain extent, they're all gonna be fucking murder hobos. But like, you could have one guy who's all about killing, one guy who's all about being a blade master, one guy who loves cooking, one guy who like loves to read books. You know what I mean?
And, like,
Just
there's-
random shit.
One of the elite units that you'll find in a Sybarite army are the Myrmidon Painbringers. I think that's right.
Yes,
Myrmidon... No, that's not right.
I think it's the Painbringers.
It's the Myrmidon something or another. And their whole point is that all of them are blade masters. Like, all of them are supremely adept bladesmen. Like, that is what it takes to become a Myrmidon, is you have to basically devote yourself to the sword.
And then you could talk about the herald of, like, the blade bringer. there's a Herald of Slaanesh who's they get so obsessed with bringing blades into battle. That's the Chariot of Slaanesh. They just attach more and more
the power of knife.
They just bring more blade.
Oh, fuck, what are they called?
Chariots of Slaanesh.
Heartseeker chariots? No. I think an Age of Sigmar is just called like a Herald on
Knife car, gotcha.
Seeker chariot,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's no, but like that's the whole thing behind them is that like they're so obsessed with bringing blades to combat that literally their entire chariot is made of blades.
Very orc of you.
Blades on blades on blades on blades on blades on blades on blades.
Very orc of you. It's kind of funny to think about. Like, this is gonna sound really weird.
There's not DACA. There's just Slasha.
There's not DACA.
It's
There's
Stabba,
Stabba.
thank you.
It's Stabba.
Oh.
But
And then the big stabba.
this is gonna be sound really weird, but when you think about it, like the warbands of Slaanesh, it's almost like the common man's chaos warband.
It really is.
Because like it's just really diverse, and like you could just
And guess what?
You could just be a common dude who loves fishing, and next thing you know, you're like, murder fucking a corpse. Like, who knows?
Yeah. I guess sex sells.
And that's one important thing to note is that a lot of people identify the Sybarites as more like, oh yeah, sex and orgies and things like that. But like that's not exclusively what they do.
Like, obviously, yes, to a certain extent, like the majority
That's
of
just
Slaanesh is
propaganda.
going to be sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Like that's kind of how it's.
That is just propaganda.
That. No.
That's how they get people interested. Hey, show up to our really wild parties. You're going to get laid. And the next thing you know, you are, in fact, serving on the front lines in a battle that you wanted nothing to do with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
I'm here for the sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I didn't realize there was going to be a mosh pit.
the majority of it is going to be, like, yes, like, magic and swords and yada yada. That's going to be the majority of, like, the people in the warbands, like, they're what they excess over, but it's just cool that there's the undertone of, like, realistically, you can love whatever the fuck you want and still be feeding Slaanesh. Yeah.
Yep.
And so that comes around to kind of Slaaneshi cults in general. That's, at least in my mind, that's why it's so hard. Bro, you two need to stop playing footsies.
I feel violated. Stop it!
I would like to direct you to our HR representative, Jacob. Jacob, how do you feel about this?
I don't know what you're talking about. There has been
HR has
no...
spoken. It didn't happen.
There has been
Moving on.
no documented evidence of inappropriate foot touching.
Okay, good to know. Moving on.
I don't like this.
Okay.
Go ahead, tell them they'll never believe you.
Okay, moving on. The Slaaneshi cults, one important thing to note about them is, at least in my mind, the reason it's so hard to root out Slaaneshi cults is because literally you can get a Slaaneshi cult of people who play chess.
Would that not be the like? Okay, we're gonna fuck up these chaos where it goes in a bunch of dudes like sipping tea, playing chess. Like, oh hello, good sir, how can we help you? They leave. Bring out the bitches, they're gone.
But like,
question to you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you devote yourself to Sigmar so much you accidentally devote yourself to Slaanesh?
Yes.
Yeah, have you ever heard of Stormcast Eternal?
Well, no, think about it. Think about it like this. You devote yourself to Sigmar like so heavily that all of a sudden you start getting a message from Sigmar talking to you, telling him to go do these things, to devote yourself and do these acts in his name, and then like 13 years down the line you realize that, oh man, I'm not massacring this village in Sigmar's name. It's been Slaanesh the whole time.
Well, no, do you remember back to our chaining episode where we were talking about how Slaanesh broke one of the chains? Slaanesh broke one of the chains literally by basically enthralling an entire storm host to believe that they were doing that their zeal was in Sigmar's name, and then they massacred an entire fucking city. But it wasn't in Sigmar's name. It was because Slaanesh had managed to corrupt them into believing for a moment that everyone in the town was heretics.
Yep.
Because they were filled with such righteous zeal, and then they did it, and they were like, "Oh, we may have fucked up."
Another good way is if you've played the tutorial for Warhammer 3 Total War, whenever you watch the Kislevite Prince fall and become Daniel the Demon. If you remember correctly, in the tutorial, he thinks he's talking to Urson, who's like, come free me, my child, and take up this demon book, take up this sword, and do these things. And then he gets there, and he's like, oh, look, it was Be'lakor the whole time. And that's not even a god. That's just an angsty demon prince.
And not even of Slaanesh.
Yeah. Like, it's really... It's easy to do for demons, let alone gods, because when you have blind faith, well, there it is. It's blind.
You don't necessarily know what you're looking at.
It is unfortunately very easy to manipulate. So even if you're
Yeah.
believing in someone as holy as Sigmar or even Nagash or any of the really powerful
The issue with
gods,
Nagash is that
I'm not talking
most
about
of
like
his
if
followers
they were
don't
dead,
have brains.
but even like the stronger god, because like Tyrion and Teclis love him to death. But realistically, if we're talking about like the true powerhouse gods, we're talking about Nagash, Sigmar, Goromorka. Those are the true like powerhouse gods, in my opinion. Even even strong characters like them who are like end all be all when it comes to power, that faith can still get manipulated like that.
Yep.
Not so much Gorka Morka, mostly because the orcs just they don't give a shit. They just.
But you know what I mean? Like when you have
yeah.
such a, when you're so powerful, it just doesn't fucking matter. The Chaos Gods can use that.
Yeah, but no. Going back to my chess comment, like if you have a chess club where just like everyone in it is grandmaster level, and they're all competing to be the best, and like literally every moment of their lives is spent trying to figure out how to be the best chess
Like
master.
realistically,
So-
they
Like,
probably
yeah, that
won't-
could be Zinch, but that
I
could also be
got
Slaanesh.
a
probably-
comment to make.
All right.
I never really get to play Warhammer on Mondays because I always hang out with Caroline on Mondays, but I go play on Warhammer on Tuesdays and on Clockwork on Tuesdays. There's a chess club there. I will never look at them the same ever again.
You're welcome.
Side eye those motherfuckers hard.
Yeah, you know those lanky, nerdy looking glasses wearing dudes? Yeah, they getting bitches.
Mad bitch, you get no bitches, and even if you did, you wouldn't know what to do with them. And realistically, when you think
How
about
to start a Slaaneshi cult 101.
like realistically, just using your reference to the whole chess thing is like, yeah, those guys probably wouldn't become corpse eating fucking murder maniacs, but there is other ways to serve Slaanesh, and they even might still end up being in a warband and just be doing things in different capacity, not just murder.
Or, for instance, one of them buys a new chess set and it's really nice. So the next one wants to top them because, all of a sudden your prowess in chess is connected to how expensive your pieces are. Mm-hmm. And then you
suddenly
start spending more piece.
Yep.
Or more money and more money. And you're spending in excess. And like next thing you know, a herald shows up and goes, oh yeah, this is going to be easy.
or even that same thing, and all of a sudden you're in this gigantic dick fighting contest over who has the best chess set, and then the next thing you know, this one guy walks in with the best chess set ever, and they have some really cool carvings on them. And what is that? Oh look, I love Slaanesh now.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, that's literally how easy it is to fall to Slaanesh. What should we cover next?
Well, so like that's definitely like the backbone of like what the Hedonites are, and realistically, like they're chaos warbands. Like chaos warbands do chaos warbands thing. They maraud around, murder, dedicate, sacrifice to their gods and whatnot. But with Slaanesh, the warbands are kind of broken down into three categories, and that is the invaders, the seekers, and the pretenders.
Yes, invaders, pretenders, seekers.
And this has to do with Slaanesh being chained and how that affected his followers while being gone.
Yes.
So I think we should cover the Pretenders first because those are by far my favorite.
Yeah.
So we're doing those last. No, so the pretenders, all three of these are more or less named for what they do, except for the invaders. I don't know why they're called the invaders, but sure, whatever. Moving on. The pretenders, really simple. They believe that since Slaanesh is chained,
gone.
They don't know where they
I don't
are.
know where the fuck he is.
Yeah,
It's just-
they believe that they now have the right.
Their daddy went to go get milk and never returned.
My dad went for
Exactly.
smokes and never returned. And
He went
there's
for
some
that.
fucking knife ears in the back that keep side eyeing me. And it
So
makes you
now
uncomfortable.
I'm gonna be the dad. Look at me, I am the captain now.
Pretender warbands are devoted to becoming basically the new Slaanesh.
And I think the majority of pretender warbands are normally led by keepers, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not like a mortal, like I'm going to be a new chaos
no.
god.
And-
It's like Slaanesh's
so-
greater demons, like I'm going to be the new
So
Slaanesh. because
also
I'm a piece
like
of old Slaanesh.
the Pretenders, they constantly fight each other. They're like, no, you can't be this new Slaanesh because I'm the new Slaanesh.
How can you be the Slaanesh when someone else says they're the Slaanesh? Fuck that Slaanesh. I am the only Slaanesh. I am the Slaaneshiest Slaanesh.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically exactly how it works. They're just obsessed with becoming the new Slaanesh.
Every action they take is trying to achieve the goal of being the new chaos god of excess, essentially.
Yeah.
Yep. Which Slaanesh most definitely uses to his advantage.
Yep.
The Invaders,
No, I know why they're called invaders. Honestly, to answer your question, because you know why they're called, because that's what they do. They invade other people's shit, and they do debauchery shit, kill everyone, and leave.
they're just traditional
fair
Slaanesh.
Because that's what,
They're the Aggies of Slaanesh. They just really hold down in tradition.
Thank you for ruining Invaders for me.
Well, episode over. We're talking about corn next.
But actually, we're going to be talking about how Tzeentch is the worst Chaos God.
Mitchell, anything in defense of that?
I am too tired to make an argument against that
Perish.
at the moment.
As punishment for Mitchell's failure to protect his main Chaos God, he must now build the Silent King.
No.
You're right. He just needs to buy everyone in the Discord a Warlord Titan.
His eyes,
we
man.
need to leave. We need to leave now.
We're so dead inside.
Okay. But no, in all seriousness, Invaders. So, yeah, they still follow, even though they can't find Slaanesh and they don't know where he is.
They do Slaanesh-y things.
Yeah, they still very much follow his teachings and
Really
his will.
weird to talk about Slaanesh followers being traditional, but they are traditionalists because they just do Slaanesh shit even though Slaanesh is gone.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, no, they're still very much all about, like, forming cults, fighting in the Great Game, or playing in the Great Game, rather. Ensuring that Khorne is an absolute rage monster at all times by annoying him and pissing him off. You know, just classic Slaanesh things. And then there are the Seekers. So the Seekers, their whole thing is they are actively looking for Slaanesh. They want to know where Slaanesh is.
Your feet are on my fucking side that time.
I'm just trying to lounge
Children,
here.
children. I have shoes on. I will start beating
Why are you shoes on my carpet?
because they're comfy.
He does it to me too, and I ask him nicely, and he just tells me to go fuck myself, and like it's pretty fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Dude, you're bringing dirt up on my carpet.
To be fair, these have like barely touched outside.
Phil doesn't touch grass.
It's the principle.
You're right. I don't touch grass. I touch wood. Wood.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
That has two meanings.
I also
That has two meanings.
I also sometimes get it in my my nose and my eyes and my mouth and in my beard.
That'd be so
And like it gets in
uncomfortable.
places that like it really shouldn't be.
I have
like
one.
sand.
I have. It gets everywhere.
So for those of you who don't know, I'm a sawyer. I cut down trees all day. Wood shavings get fucking everywhere. Don't ask me how they
He's
get there.
really good at handling wood.
Yeah.
Except when it falls on me. Oh no!
Gauge
I
the-
almost. Oh my
Listen,
god!
all
no.
I'm saying is gauge
No.
size next time before you have someone drop trow.
Dude, no. Erica almost dropped like a fucking 50-pound.
No,
piece
excuse me. It's
Erica B.
Eric B.
Eric B. Thank you.
It's not Eric A, not Erica. It's
Bitch.
Eric B.
But yeah, no. We were working on a property about a month ago, and like, yeah, I was sitting there just limbing up around a tree, and next thing I know, there's like a 50-pound fucking oak branch that just goes thud right next to me, and I'm like, what the fuck? And Erica had reached up, grabbed an oak branch, and just pulled it off the tree, and I was like,
Like, thanks.
Really?
Thanks for that.
really? And like, yeah, no, my my fucking. So weirdly, I don't really feel like when my heart starts racing. What happens is I need to like suddenly breathe harder, and so like my chest will get tight because I'm not breathing enough.
Kind of
it's
sounds
just
like an
like-
anxiety attack, my guy.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
I almost died.
Yeah,
But Seekers, their whole point is they're trying to find Slaanesh.
Yep.
That's what they're 100% dedicated to. And so these three genre of Slaanesh follower, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's the three primary types of Slaanesh war bands that you'll find.
that's not like the warband's name or anything. That's just what their goal is.
Yeah.
The majority of invasion are going to be the mortals, if I remember correctly.
It really depends.
I think invaders are mostly mortal, pretenders
No.
are mostly demons, and the seekers are a pretty good mix.
No,
No?
Seekers are.
Or are the seekers almost?
I think the
almost
Seekers are
exclusively
predominantly demons. The Invaders are a mix, and no. Shit, I forget. I knew this at one point. If I remember correctly, any warband can like claim to be anything else, or any of the three.
Gotcha.
It really just depends on what your goals are. Pretenders are more often than not going to be demons, or at least led by demons, but that doesn't mean they're entirely made up of demons.
Gotcha.
That's really the only big organizational group inside of a Slaanesh warband. because like that's really all it is. They don't
with
they
their
aren't super
god
well
not
organized,
with their
yeah.
god not being there. There's only so much they can do.
Well, no, they're just not very. They don't do very much organization in general. Like generally, whoever
It's very varied.
has the most favor of Slaanesh is going to be the leader, and then they're going to be organized into like what they can do. So there's going to be like your heart seekers, your pain bringers, your twin souls. They're going to be all together doing their thing because like that's their that's their squad. But like past that, there's not a huge amount of organization in terms of like generalization. Now, granted, if you find a war host that their whole thing is they want to be the best like mercenary team that's ever existed, then yeah, you might very well find that
Ashes of Slaanesh.
they are very militarily proficient, like the Emperor's Children in 40K. The Emperor's Children in 40K, they were obsessed with being the best military organization to ever exist. And so they were very rigidly structured. And so, like, your sergeants spoke to your lieutenants speak to your captains, and your captains speak to your lord commanders. And, like, beyond that, like, you don't go out of your chain of command.
To do so is very unorthodox.
Now, granted, technically in the Emperor's Children, there's like 50 gajillion different levels of organization, and I'm not going to be able to name all of them because like there's so fucking many. I was reading up on Emperor's Children in my Horus Heresy rulebook,
obligatory 40K tandem go.
and well, this is on topic because they are related to Slaanesh, so. But no, and like, God, there are so many different officers.
Wasn't that just Emperor's Children in particular? Like they were
Yeah.
really like their organization was really fucking complicated.
Word bearers could be pretty.
Well, they also had a bunch of weird religious ranks as well in there.
Yeah.
too, which made it a little complicated.
Yeah, that's fair. But no, with the Emperor's Children, it was very, very structured, and like you did not speak to your betters, like unless spoken to.
You had like the one better you spoke to, and if you need to talk to their betters, you talk to them, and they talk to them for you.
Yeah, either that or like you're called in as like part of a meeting, and then you are asked questions. You do not
Speak unless
you do
spoken
not
to.
speak unless spoken to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I couldn't think of the words.
Do we want to? That's war bands of note. Probably
Would be
Sigvald's. I can't think of the name right now, motherfucker.
Yeah, the big keeper of secrets. Yeah, I can never remember his name because I always have a really hard time remembering Slaanesh names.
Yeah,
because they're always
like,
yeah, they've got a bunch of X's in them and that usually
S's and
a hyphen
shit
or two, and yeah, it's
they're almost as bad as Zinch.
yeah, just about.
At least like with Korn, it's like Skullfucker. That's about as far as it goes.
Yeah, to a certain extent. But no, the what is his name? Hang on.
And then there's what was his name? Glutus, the Lord Gluttony.
Yeah, Glutus
His warband
or Scholion.
is pretty prominent.
Yeah. And then there's the warband led by the Greater Demon, who's actively
Shalaxi?
serving. No, not Shalaxi. It's the Greater. It's the Keeper of Secrets. It's not Nikea. Crap. What is his name? Pretty sure it starts with an X. But he's the one that like Slaanesh is actively like communicating with.
Yeah.
And is trying to free Slaanesh.
And I think that's about it.
It's Celesks.
Yeah. The fucking,
Yeah, the
Herald Demon Prince combo.
Yeah, they have their own warband that does their own thing. They actually have a very specific warband. They get their own special rules on tabletop.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, no.
Well, they're pretty.
Celeste has to be your warlord.
They're a pretty unique model.
Yeah, no, it's actually pretty cool. And they use both demons and mortals. That's actually what makes them unique, is because a lot of times if you have a warband that's predominantly demons, like they're going to be predominantly demons. If you have a mortal warband, they're going to be predominantly mortals. And what makes Celeste so unique is that they do a really good mix of both.
Yeah.
Is her warband called the Vengeful Alliance?
Celeste.
Or is that just one
Yes.
of the titles?
Ooh, it might be both.
Celeste.
Celeste.
Yeah.
Celeste.
It's QUE, isn't it? Somebody show me how it's written.
It's SYLL''EK.
I don't.
Right there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm calling that Celeste.
Celeste.
It's ESSKE. I'm just gonna call that Celeste.
It's Celeste or
The
something.
E is silent. Just
You're
like the D in
wrong.
Django.
I will always say the Django. I know the D is silent,
Django,
but the
yeah.
Django just sounds so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like pulling.
Oh my god. Okay.
I am pulling a fucking hardcore blank on warband names. Fuck, I cannot believe this.
The Silver Host.
Oh, that's
is
Sigvald's, isn't it?
Sigvald's,
Yes.
yeah. I think.
I'm gonna be out of this one.
I just don't pay a lot of attention to
Warband names.
Slaanesh in particular.
Yeah.
Because my two favorite Chaos Gods are Khorne and Tzeentch, and my two least favorite are Nurgle and Slaanesh.
My favorite two
Like,
are
really
Tzeentch
unfortunate
and
thing is just
Slaanesh.
like-
I don't like
there's-
melting to death in a pile of shit, and I also don't like having my nipples pierced by hooks. So that takes Nurgle and Slaanesh out pretty quick.
Oh.
Sometimes that just sounds very therapeutic.
One thing I will say.
Could you say that to my good ear? I'm going for a run of acupuncture. Really, really experimental acupuncture.
Well, I learned something today I didn't want to know.
Contact
Mitchell,
Mitchell.
is there a nipple piercing you need to reveal to us?
Contact
Okay,
Mitchell
cool.
for BDSM advice.
Oh, wait,
Quick,
I'm not
give
even
him
gonna.
a purple nurple. See if we send him to the hospital.
Indian burn him.
I won't even get a tattoo, so no.
Oh, but no.
They are gonna rip you apart for this in the Discord, and I am sorry, but you did this to yourself.
It's okay.
No. One thing I will say real quick though, the
Just
new
trying to take fire off the fact that he owes everyone a Warlord Titan.
Shut up.
the new Hellraiser movie on Hulu. The brand new one.
Slaanesh Light.
Dude, that one's so good.
really is.
I really liked it. But no, if you want to see a really good movie that, at least in my mind, also kind of shows off what happens when you fuck around with Slaanesh, like Hellraiser.
Oh yeah.
So good.
Do we want to talk about some?
Also, if you don't like body horror, do not watch it.
Yeah, it gets a little. It's not the worst I've seen. In my opinion, it's nothing compared to like John Carpenter's A Thing or anything.
Yeah.
But
no, there's some
it's
pretty
definitely-
serious instances of body horror in
Yeah.
there. So like, if that's not your speed, like,
If
don't
you're
watch
easily
it.
grossed out, don't watch it because it can get a little rough.
But yeah, it is. Oh my god, I
voice,
loved it.
with the fucking.
Oh,
God,
the whisper.
Yeah, the whisper.
Oh man, no, dude, no. The worst one for me of the Cenobites was Weeper.
Oh yeah.
The one,
Yep.
but oh my god, Pinhead looks so good.
I don't like it.
Ugh. I still find it funny that John Carpenter hates the name Pinhead.
John Carpenter isn't.
Or no, not
isn't the
John.
one.
Fuck.
The writer of the book. Fuck, what's his name?
Well, he
Brian
was also
something?
the original director too of the first
Brian
movie.
something, isn't it?
No. It's
By the way,
Baker.
is there much more Slaanesh we need to cover?
It's John Baker.
No, some notable characters for the Hedonites.
Oh yeah.
Fuck. What is his name?
I'm gonna let Philip flush this out of his system first.
Yes. It's been a while.
Shut the fuck up.
Shall we just take a
Where's
small
the
break?
original?
I'm enjoying the silence.
It's really weird.
I'm just
Woman,
staring
top bill
longingly into
cast
your
star.
eyes.
Clive Barker.
You need to get more sleep, my guy. You look like you've been crying recently.
I actually haven't. I'm just.
Either that or
I'm crying on the
his
inside.
My boy needs some help, guys. Send love, please.
eyes. Clive Barker.
Clive Barker. There we go.
Yeah. But no, the new one though, Pinhead looks really good in it. But no, Clive Barker didn't actually like the name Pinhead. Originally, the role was just called Hell Priest.
Hell Priest, yeah.
Yeah. It
Well,
was just the Hell Priest.
Everyone in the movie called him Pinhead because,
Yeah.
the pins in his head.
Yeah, exactly.
And it just kind of stuck.
Yeah, so now he's actually officially known as Pinhead. But no, it was so good. I'm not sure how I feel about how they changed the lament configuration.
I both like it
But-
and don't like it.
Yeah.
The one thing
They
that...
made it work in the
yeah,
context. They
this
made
is
it
gonna
work.
be, okay, no, yeah, fuck it. This is gonna be a whole thing. So, like, this is gonna be a little longer.
Spoilers ahead.
For anyone who's seen, like, the old Hellraiser movies, what I liked about it is...
original
The
one.
originals. Is that... What I liked about it is if you fucked around with the puzzle box and you solved
How
it...
long is this tangent gonna be?
Don't know. We'll find out.
Not crazy, but, like, 5 minutes tops.
I'm gonna go eat an apple.
Hey, an apple a day.
If you fucked
Just don't
around...
overdo it. Otherwise, Slaanesh might be under your bed tonight.
If you fucked around with the lament configuration, which was the puzzle box, if you fucked around with the puzzle box and you solved it, but you didn't really know what you were doing, and the Cenobites were like, "Yeehaw, motherfucker, we're going to hell," you could bargain with them, because you could very much be like, "No, I don't want your gifts. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Can we cut a deal?" And they'd be like, "Yes, because we here in Cenobite Corporation are all about consent." as consenting as denizens of hell can be.
Yeah.
The new Hellraiser, and this didn't make the movie any shittier for me. I love the movie. It was really good.
It was a change, and they made it work.
But the new Hellraiser is very much like, oh, you have unleashed the box. So either you're going to hell or someone else is. But there is no bargaining. Yeah. Someone's coming, whether you want to or not.
Arguably, the bargaining could be that you give someone else's soul up.
But the difference is that, like, in the new one, you had the whole blood thing, and if it got your blood, you were fucked. And in the old one, I feel like
that was the thing is that when the main character initially solved the first configuration. Oh, that's the other thing is they changed how the configuration works.
Yeah, it wasn't just opening it; it had like a spike, and if you got your blood in the box, you were fucked.
Yeah, and there were 6 different configurations that you had to solve. But no,
but this is what I mean. If let's say the old movies had the whole blood thing, and it ate your blood, I feel you could still bargain with those Cenobites. In the new one, if it got your blood, they were like, "Cool, we're fucking going." Yeah. The only reason why the main character didn't is because she managed to solve the box without getting stabbed on a fucking coincidence.
Yeah,
just happenstance.
Yeah,
and that's where they were like, "Cool, we don't have your blood, so like we can't take you, but you have opened the fucking box, so someone's coming to hell."
Yeah,
like there is no.
Yeah.
Box has been solved. Someone's coming.
Yeah.
And it's the lack of bargaining that I'm not the biggest fan of, because I really like that the Cenobites could be bargained with.
That was the one thing I will say is that, like, someone else did manage to solve all of the configurations, and they didn't like their gift that they received, and they could bargain to exchange it. That's one thing I did like about that.
I really didn't see that as bargaining, though, because they were like, they weren't bargaining. They were like, oh no, we made a mistake. You wanted this, but you actually want this.
Yeah, you asked for this, but what you wanted was something else.
We're changing it because we now know that you didn't want what you got. You want this instead.
Yeah.
So like, I can kind of see it as bargaining, but I can also see it as more like rectifying a mistake.
Yeah, to a certain extent. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But no, I really do like. I liked the fact that if you were smart, you could see the trap in the configuration.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the whole
a cool
thing.
It's like you could place your hand. Like, if you knew what you were
I'm talking about at the very
with.
end when she chose her gift.
Oh yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The one thing that I like, and spoiler alert for the new movie, so don't get bitched at for this. Spoiler alert.
Skip like 2 minutes. Also, like after this, my apple break is over. Well, let's move on.
Okay.
There's one part in the movie where like one of the configurations gets solved, and the Cenobites are a little pissy because the main character's like, no, fuck you, and they're like, all right, motherfucker, well, like, stab. Your blood's in there, so either you're going or you have like 38 seconds to find someone else. And the Cenobites are like fucking coming for him, and she stabs another Cenobite with the box, and the Cenobites are like, we find this acceptable, and they Cenobite one of the Cenobites.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty cool, because it's not just, oh, it has to be a mortal, it has to be a human. It's literally, if the box fuck you, the box fuck you.
Yeah. No, I did like that one too. I'm a little sad that they killed off Chatterer because like he was my favorite. But yeah, moving on.
Sorry. Mitchell Engie. Notable characters in Hedonites?
Sigvald, Gluttus, Glatos,
Lord of Gluttony,
Celeste,
Shalaxi,
the
Mask,
the
Twins. It's like Dexessa and
Sinessa?
Silesh or something.
Do you think I know?
Sinessa?
I might only be starting a Mortal to Slaanesh army maybe tomorrow.
Mitchell's
I
just
don't
here
know.
for the vibes.
But I am
pretty
just
sure it's
surviving. Do we want to go over these?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or do we just going to state their name?
No, we're going to go over them. So,
I'm going to take Shalaxi.
Oh, you bitch.
No, you can have Shalaxi. Can I have the mask, though?
Yeah, you can have the mask. I actually have
Mitchell, you get the twins, because it's really simple.
They'd be twins. But no,
let me do this. Let me do this first. They're twins of Slaanesh. Oh, they're not. They're children of Slaanesh. They're not Slaanesh, but they're twins.
All right, so that's the twins.
There's probably a lot more to it, y'all. Probably.
Yeah, no. I mean, this
Not
would be
as
right
much
up
as
your
you-
alley because it was Marathi who caused them to be born.
Honest to God, though, not as much as you think. Like, that was super shit, but it also wasn't 100% incorrect.
Yeah. But no, so since we're already on the twins, the whole thing about the twins is that Marathi was trying to do a ritual.
No, it was when she was trying to become a god. It happened during that.
Yeah. Exactly. She was performing.
Well, that
a ritual.
wasn't a ritual. That's like the ritual.
Fair enough.
It's still a ritual.
That's how we got like grade A snake mommy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But no, Marathi was trying to ascend to true godhood, like chaos god level godhood.
And for those who missed a couple episodes or were forgotten, she basically did that by sucking the power out of Slaanesh.
Yep.
Or sucking very particular souls out of Slaanesh, which was extremely powerful elven kings.
Yeah.
And not elven. Fuck that. These are elven kings.
Because this is the old world.
Motherfucker.
These are from the old world, not the new world.
Hashtag elves.
Exactly.
Hashtag Malakath. It's been a while.
It's been a while,
But basically, there was one particular elven soul that was very resistant, and it like sent a blast of power at Marathi to get her to fuck off. And what it ended up doing is cleaving off a chunk of Slaanesh's power that Marathi was trying to nom on, and that power literally like left. It left the prison and it coalesced into the twins.
Yeah.
It was called the newborn before it split.
So basically, a super magical, ethereal, fucked up egg was formed, and then when the newborn hatched, out came the twins.
And the cool thing is, like, they're keeper of secrets, but they're not keepers of secrets.
No, they're not.
And they're demon princes, but they're not demon princes. They're technically gods.
Yeah, technically, they are the two newest chaos gods.
They're just,
but they are very baby
when compared to the chaos gods, including the Great Horned Rat, because he is a chaos god. They are nowhere near.
Yeah, they're not on the same
realistically, they are akin to very powerful keepers of secrets. That's
they're more on the same scale as like Marathi and
like Teclis and Tyrion.
Yeah, they're more on that.
They're
scale.
a little weaker than them, but they're pretty close.
Yeah, they're on that scale.
Completely side tangent. Remember that comic you gave me for my birthday like 4 years ago now? It's called
White Death?
Yeah, White Death. Yeah. I think I figured out what happened to it.
Oh, yeah?
I gave it to my dad to read, and I don't think he just ever returned it.
Yeah, you told me that a while back that you were thinking that's what happened.
Yeah,
no. That ironically enough, that's what Soldier of Heaven is about.
On a side note,
the new song. Yeah, that's the same thing.
On a side note, I really like that painting.
You want to set it on fire?
I found it in the trash.
Hood rat shit ensues.
I found it.
Yeah, that's the trash painting. Yep.
Yeah.
Which is really a shame because it's really not. That's Venice, isn't it?
I think so.
I think it's Venice.
I think that's supposed to be Venice.
It's a really nice painting. It had a really godly frame.
Are those like what kind of painting is it? Are those like oils or watercolors or?
I think it's acrylic.
Acrylics.
Yeah, that's definitely acrylic.
It's
like
it's
that
not
one over
watercolors. It might. I doubt it's oil. It's probably acrylic. Either way, it's really nice.
Anywho, that's basically the twins. I don't think they've done a whole lot because they're still relatively new, aren't they?
Yeah, that's kind of been the interesting thing is they haven't really done very much as far as I'm aware. There might have been some new lore that's come out recently that I just couldn't find because it's still needs to be paid for.
Are those AOS exclusive models or are those on 40K?
No. AOS exclusives.
Didn't know if 40K had some weird bullshit reason of why they'd be in 40K too.
No, they are not in 40K. They are exclusively
Yet. That's fair.
That's very fair.
So why don't you do Shalaxi? Because I know you're gonna. That's
Dude,
what
I fucking love Shalaxi.
This is gonna be the longest one probably. So I'm just let's get out of the way.
My first big monster purchase
Was Shalaxi.
Sorry,
it was Shalaxi.
Yo, the Red Wings. Okay, I'm sorry, but the Red Wings won.
Nobody cares. Trash team.
I
do better.
I'm not the biggest fan of hockey, but I care because you care.
No, I have to care because that's my dad's team.
I'm going to invite your dad to a Red Wings game one of these days, and I will be the favorite son.
Bro, I don't think my dad's been to a hockey game in 15 years.
Sounds like the perfect gift.
Because I completely forgot that your dad was really into hockey.
I don't know about so much anymore, but especially when I was younger, we would definitely watch.
I mean, fuck it, call him.
Stanley Cup.
Do you still vibe with hockey? If he says yes, you know to get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, one thing I will say is back on topic, Shalaxi Hellbane. So Shalaxi is basically just Slaanesh's desire to best Khorne in martial prowess made manifest.
Yeah, because every keeper secret is made off of one of Slaanesh's very fickle emotions or desires.
Exactly.
And this one is fucking Khorne, both probably literally and figuratively.
Yep. Shalaxi's whole shtick is that it goes around and murders bloodthirsters for sport.
She's called the Huntress of Slaanesh, right?
I think that's one of her
Or something
nicknames,
like that.
One of her titles. But yeah, her whole shtick is that she goes and hunts bloodthirsters and other greater demons.
If Slaanesh had a favorite, it's this one.
Probably, yeah. If we're
Or at
being
least
honest.
she's definitely in the running at the very least.
Yeah.
But whenever Slaanesh decides that he wants something dead, Shalaxi gets like a mental
No,
signal.
it's not mental. It's in her soul.
Yeah.
Like a soul burst. Like her
Yeah.
entire being. It's really cool. I love her lore.
Yeah, she basically Slaanesh commands Shalaxi's soul to go on the hunt for this particular creature, being, monster, whatever it is. And
If you're a mortal that's pissed off Slaanesh, you can't run.
Not
You'll just
even
die
a mortal.
tired. No, I'm saying is specifically like if you're a mortal, don't run. You'll just die tired.
Oh yeah, no, and Shalaxi is compelled to hunt until either Shalaxi's dead or the target is.
And I'm pretty sure it's never ending. Like there's no resting or stopping. Like when
No.
she runs until she finds. Like
Yeah, exactly. And when a target is
500 miles and
when a target is marked by Shalaxi, she can actually see a trail leading straight to them that does not care about realm gates or portals or anything
or
like
like
that.
the etheric void.
Yeah, no.
The only place. Do you know like how she sees it?
Yeah, it's part of. So the crest on top
It's
of
a fucking antenna. It's amazing.
Yeah, so the crest on top of a Keeper of Secrets head, that's actually a sensory organ. And the reason Shalaxi has a different one is that its is bigger, specifically to accommodate this particular sensory organ that allows it to track.
And it like sees things in like color, basically, almost like
Well, yeah, that's how seeing works.
no.
But yes, Shalaxi can see
Listen here, you little shit.
Shalaxi can see emotions.
Like if I'm pretty sure like if you're scared, if you're feeling fear, I think it said like she sees it in like a weird yellowy hue. And
Yeah, like
she
a mist.
Yeah, and I
Because
think
you piss yourself.
basically that's actually a really good comparison. I mean, I would probably piss myself if I saw Shalaxi. Like that bitch terrifying. The only place I think
I wonder if that's why cowards are called yellow.
yeah, yellow bellies.
Or like, well, why yellow is considered
yeah.
the cowardly color.
Yeah, it could be. I think the only place that Shalaxi can't like, I don't know if it's a can't, but definitely it's harder for her to track you is if like you live with the Edeneth down in like the deep places or
Yeah, basically
there's like no emotion down
in
there.
Well, no, it's not that there's no emotion. It's that like there's so much nothingness. Because one thing you have to remember is that when the Edeneth set up shop in a place, not only do they seek out the deepest and darkest portions of the ocean, usually whenever they set up a city, town base, whatever you want to call it, there, they also shroud it in magic. That basically turns it into like a little pocket dimension.
Because their whole point is like, you don't find us, we find you.
Yeah. And so it's if you were going to go hide somewhere, it would be there. But even then, it's like maybe.
It's born from their deep-seated fear of Teclis following them with a mallet.
A little bit.
There's something. Oh yeah, Shalaxi's fought Scarbrand.
Twice.
Didn't win, but also didn't die.
Yeah. Twice.
Yeah.
Fought him to a draw twice.
Shalaxi is basically Slaanesh's Scarbrand.
Yep.
And like, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure one of Shalaxi, not like Slaanesh's, but Shalaxi, her own personal deep desire, she just wants to kill Scarbrand so goddamn bad.
Yes. Yeah, that is her personal desire. She wants to kill Scarbrand.
And I would like to say that it's one of Scarbrand's personal desires to kill Shalaxi, but realistically, we know that the only thing Scarbrand thinks of is, for personal reasons, and that's about all that goes through his head.
Blood for the blood, you got skulls for the skull front, milk for the cornflakes.
Oh, fucking jowl waggling, fucking.
But no, so that's Shalaxi. Next up,
Does she have any special war gear, or is it just like she has
Yeah,
she
she
has
has
the-
Fast.
Is it? But don't all keepers have that? Or
no,
that's special
that
to
is
her.
a unique item of hers is that she has the big spear. And there's probably lore
I
around...
bet Shalaxi does have the big spear.
Oh, you fucking bet. Because like all other keepers of secrets, Shalaxi is in fact a hermaphrodite.
Wood.
Exactly. So Shalaxi, her war gear is the spear, a shield, and a whip.
Yes.
A living whip, specifically. And honest to God, I really wish that...
I can, in my head, I'm just seeing Shalaxi like, whip it good. Da 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 da.
Oh, and then Shalaxi's cloak is technically a living creature.
Really?
Yes.
Cool.
It acts like an octopus. It reaches out and grabs people.
I bet that helps in finding
And
bloodthirsters. Like,
Yeah,
candles them and shit.
that's actually how Shalaxi is able to just like slaughter bloodthirsters. Is that
they get close and she's like, "I'm gonna feel your skin."
Yeah, if they get too close, the cloak will kind of rise up around Shalaxi and entangle them, and then if once she gets back far enough away so that she can use the spear more effectively, her spear is just long enough to be able to outreach the great axe
And fucking stab 'em.
Yep, and just reach around their defenses and stab them in the heart. Because that's Shalaxi's whole thing, is that all of her kills are truly elegant and beautiful. Mm-hmm. That's actually how Shalaxi's followers are attracted, is that they will actively follow her in the pursuit of watching glorious death.
Because watching her kill something, in like specifically.
Yeah, because it is such a beautiful and perfect display of martial prowess that it is it is truly...
To a, you know what? To a certain... Sorry, let me finish.
I can't think of the word. It's not enlightening. It's not enthralling.
Tantalizing?
Yeah, I guess. But it's so... Well, no, enthralling would be a good word. It is so enthralling to watch Shalaxi work, and then to watch the kill is like... it's like a religious moment for these people.
You know, thinking about that, I think I realize why she hasn't been able to kill Scarbrand yet.
Oh, and there's a whole pack of...
Seekers that follow her.
Yes.
Fiends.
The
The
fiends.
fiends.
Yeah, it's a whole pack of fiends that follow her.
The evil anteaters.
Yes.
No, but thinking about that, I think one of the main...
Anteaters are so fucking terrifying in real life.
The T-pose of death?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's because they're blind as shit and they can't see anything.
So they see
but their
they're like...
hide is thick as fuck. So like not even jaguars fuck with them.
Well, no, I'm thinking of the T-pose of death because they have those fucking claws on their thumbs, and when you get too close to them, they'll like...
Yeah, they swing on
They
a
will
motherfucker.
slit your fucking throat open, like just dead.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like do not fuck with anteaters.
Like,
they're
they're
blind as shit and they will kill you.
They're basically like, we can't see you, so I throw hands with everything.
Yeah. And like they will just keep stabbing you until you stop moving.
But no, so what I was saying is the reason why I think, besides like obviously Scarbrand being extremely powerful and yada yada, one of the main reasons I think why Shalaxi has such a hard time killing him is his weapons are hand axes, not big axe. So when she gets close, he's
some of
like,
them can have a great axe, but yeah.
but his Carnage and Slaughter are his two big the axes he
Oh,
wields. But so she
Scarbrand,
gets
yeah.
close and he's like, good, because he just fucking starts
Yeah.
fucking swinging on her because the great axe. Once you get in the nope zone, like, they can hit you with, like, the hilt, and that's basically it. But when your axes are, like, in your hand, you just, boop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that probably is a point in his favor.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Shalaxi, more or less.
I think I'll do the mask next.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
So the mask...
Please continue.
No. Mitchell can
Perish.
talk about this one.
Excellent. Mitchell.
The mask.
Don't take this from me. So the mask... No, do you want to talk about the mask?
No.
Okay. So the mask is a herald of Slaanesh. And for those who don't know what heralds is, they're just like the spicy demonettes that are like the leaders. They're one of the many leader cast of demons, and they're normally more favored, more proficient at murdering, things like that.
Yep.
So the mask, what makes the mask special is that she was like the personal dancer for Slaanesh. Whenever Slaanesh was moody,
Personal handmaiden too, wasn't she?
Hair comber.
nipple piercer. Whenever Slaanesh mood was darkened, like whenever he was mad, sad, whatever the fuck, whatever emotion that Slaanesh can feel that isn't good in a way that makes him happy, because like if it's bad, it's good.
Yeah.
But if it's
Let's
good,
not
it's
go
bad.
into that.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty did a whole episode on that. Let's not rehash that.
Basically, she would dance for Slaanesh, and she was so acrobatic, and her dancing was so elegant and so beautiful that it would lighten Slaanesh's mood. And that was like her whole purpose, was literally just make Slaanesh happy and dance. And that was like her whole shtick. And basically, during one of the many, many battles of the Great Game, Tzeentch positioned Slaanesh. Tzeentch put Slaanesh in a position against Nurgle and Khorne where he could not win, and got defeated, got hardcore fucking humiliated. Was not a good day for Slaanesh. So Slaanesh retreats back to his palace of pleasure, and obviously he's not happy boy at the moment. So the mask is like, I'm gonna go dance for my master and like make him happy because that's my job. So the mask goes and puts off this hell of a performance, dances her fucking ass off, but Slaanesh's mood is literally so dark and so angry that everything that she does to try to make him happy, he just sees his bitter mockery. He just thinks he's fucking with her because, like, you're supposed to be my master, but you got your ass kicked, so, like, you ain't shit. So Slaanesh is like, all right, motherfucker, I see how this goes, and literally curses the mask to dance forever. Even if no one's watching, you will dance for eternity, no matter what you're doing. And it's kind of sad. Like, fuck demons. I'm not gonna say like, I feel bad for demons, but also like I kind of feel bad for the mask because like she was just kind of do her job, and Slaanesh was like, no, eat a dick, and like yeah. So that's
and then she was also exiled from his court.
Can you eat a dick while you're dancing?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that if there was a race of demons that could eat dicks while dancing, it'd be the demonettes. But yeah, so cursed to dance for all eternity and was exiled from Slaanesh's palace, and now just basically, she kind of got scar branded. She just runs around dancing and murdering people.
Yep.
And like whenever there's Slaanesh shenanigans going on, she's there dancing her ass off and murdering people, and probably eating dicks.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And that's basically her story. But you know, she leads war bands and shit because like, what else is she gonna do? I can just see her like doing the cha-cha slide when she's not like actively trying to murder someone because like if you're just wrestling you can't be like fucking doing all these flips and she's just like
I don't think
real smooth.
I don't think demons ever need like a rest though.
No, they don't. They don't eat. So, like,
but I feel like demons can get tired of doing something after a while, and the mask has been doing it for quite a while. So I'm pretty sure if she's like, "Bro, I just want to like chill," just technically dancing.
No, if there was ever gonna be a demonette that I was like truly sad for, or like empathetic towards, it'd be Syl.
Oh yeah,
Syl Silvertongue.
One of the a really weird combination of like I actually care about my humans.
Yep. So one of the events, and I've told Celeste's story in a previous podcast
I'm pretty sure.
episode, but I really enjoy it, so I'm gonna go back over it again. Celeste's whole shtick is that Syl Silvertongue was, I believe that's the right name. It's Syl. Was a herald of Slaanesh, and she wasn't particularly high up on the rankings, but she was a herald.
She was extremely favored. She was just a herald, but she was very favored.
Yeah, she. That's right. She
Not
was,
for any special reason. She was just good at her job.
yeah, she was favored. You're right. And one thing that she did is she supported the gladiator pits, and she found a human in the gladiator pits that she liked. That would be Esk. And she would whisper in Esk's ear the weaknesses of his opponents. And she would kind of pave the road for him to do really well in the pits because she truly did like him.
And it's fucking wild to think about. But yeah, it was just, she just enjoyed him.
Yeah,
there was
she
no
really
agenda.
did just
Whether
like
it was
him.
like, I like watching him murder or I like him personally or whatever it was, she just enjoyed him for whatever reason.
Yep.
Oh, and if you remember, he's also the reason why she was able to unsoul grinder herself, right?
No.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So one night, another herald who was trying to gain more favor caught Syl sleeping with Esk. Not like fucking, but like literally they were just like sleeping in each other's arms. And she was like, oh, I know what to do here. So the next time Syl went out into the battlefield, this other herald No, I believe the other herald just killed Syl. Like, just assassinated her, straight up. Anyway, the point is, Syl died. One thing that demons can do is that whenever they die, they can go to the Soul Forge. And they can make a pact with the demons of the Forge and get turned into soul grinders so that way they aren't having to wait until they get spun back out into the real
Which
again.
could take like centuries, if not millennia.
So she makes the pact, and basically every soul grinder has to kill 1,000 mortal souls. And then they regain their...
But there's a time limit, isn't there? You have to give me 1,000 mortal souls in this specific time frame.
No, you are just owed 1,000 souls. The issue is that soul grinders can lose themselves in the pleasure of the kill, and then they just forget that they can stop after 1,000. So Syl kills 999 mortal souls, and then she ends up in the gladiator pits, fighting the champion of the pits.
Oh, gee,
Esk.
I wonder who that is.
Yeah, and so she ends up fighting Esk and kills him because she is a very proficient soul grinder. And the act of killing
also,
him
like,
is her
as-
1,000th soul.
As good as he is, he's just a human, right?
Yeah,
Basically.
he's just human. At this point, he's just mortal. And she's like, oh, I have fucked up.
And I looked it up because I didn't think it was silver tongue. It's lewd tongue.
Lewd tongue.
Lewd tongue.
Lewd tongue. It was something tongue, yeah. I kept saying that, and I was like, no, that's not right.
Probably because she does lewd things with her tongue.
Exactly. Or insinuates things. But no, so she kills him, and she kills him by slicing open his neck and like bleeding him to death, and also cutting his eyes out. And she kills him. He dies. His soul begins to depart, and the Soul Forge recognizes that as her 1000th soul. And she had managed to retain enough of her sanity to realize that. Like she came back, looked down, and was like, "Oh, I have killed my best friend." And she's like, "Oh fuck, I just killed him." At this point, the whole reason she made the Soul Grinder pact was so she could come back to Esk. And so she opens up her own vein and feeds him her blood to try and prevent the blood loss from killing him. And basically is willing to sacrifice herself again to save his life. And in doing so, Slaanesh looks upon this and is so moved by it that he grants her wish and saves Esk.
Aww.
And in doing so, heals him. So if you actually look closely on the model, the giant big dude has a scar across his neck, and he's blind. Because the healing did prevent him from dying, but he still lost both of his eyes.
He's the fighter, but she's his eyes.
Yep. And then the palace got stormed by 7 bloodthirsters, and they basically single-handedly killed a bunch of them.
And that's how they retain.
I feel like bloodthirsters are just now like the red shirt of Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Like, how are we going to tell them that they're powerful?
Well, this
kill
bloodthirster.
Kill an Avatar of Cain.
This is how looks at when fucking Marius Calgar basically 619 a fucking Avatar of Cain to death. Fucking.
Or no,
Marion is like, you can't see me, drops an elbow on him, fucking RKOs him to death. It was really dumb. Because you see these stories of Avatar Kane's killing thousands upon thousands of all these space marines and and then it's one big blue boy breaks it in fucking half like a goddamn toothpick.
When Fulgrim faces an Avatar and Fulgrim's just like, yata, bitch.
That's all, yeah. It's so stupid. This is how I see it, at least for the Bloodthirsters thing, is even in AOS, because in 40k it's hardcore this way, but even in AOS, Khorne realistically is the strongest of the 4 right now, 5 or 4, whatever, right now. And when you're the strongest, you have the most favor, you have the most power, you have the most influence, you have the most demons.
You can shit out a lot of them.
He has the most bloodthirsters, and to a certain extent, when it comes to just wanton murder, quantity over quality.
Yeah.
Because if you just want blood to flow, you just need to be in more places and more times. So
yeah.
What I'm saying is not all
are created equal.
Not all are created equal.
I mean, hell, look at Scarbrand. Scarbrand was powerful enough. Honestly, the way I see it is Khorne made Scarbrand. Scarbrand tried to rebel against him, and Khorne was like, yeah, never again am I making one that powerful.
Only Chink chipped his armor?
Chinked. Put a chink in his armor.
Put a chip in it. Yeah, he chipped his armor, basically. And so, never again. And that's kind of my thought process is Bloodthirsters might be the weakest of the 4 well-known greater demons, but also to a certain extent, there's kind of a logical explanation as to why they would be weaker, because Khorne was no, we're not doing that again.
Moral inconsistencies.
What?
He not blind. I am aggravated.
Oh, no, his eyes no work, though.
Okay, that's what it is?
Yeah, no, he has eyes, but they no work.
They just no work?
They no work.
Yeah.
Yeah, his eyes got healed, but they no work.
Remember when your cat destroyed this model?
What's my cat?
I'll blame your cat. Here you go.
Let's not have this fight on podcast.
Yeah, anyway.
It's a really cool fucking model, though.
It is. It's a great model. I love it.
I think that's about it. We talked about the twins, we talked about Schlack, we talked about the mask.
Sigvald got his own fucking episode, so
go listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go listen to that one.
And then we talked about Gluttus.
His backstory. Did we talk about why his warband is so powerful? I was taking a call on that, I think.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
How the demon who watches over him also whispers.
And how basically he uses his curse to empower all of his followers.
Yeah.
So even though the majority of his followers don't share his own temptations and shit, he just empowers them. So fuck it, be around him.
Yeah.
Is it time to go on a 30-minute rant now?
No.
Or we got more?
I mean, realistically, I think that's about
I mean,
it.
we can go ahead and cover a lot of the units and whatnot, at least in general.
Oh, this is like all fill. This is all fill.
All right.
In the warbands of Slaanesh, you have demonettes. That's my contribution.
In the war bands of Slaanesh, you have Seekers. Seekers are actually
Really?
Seekers are really cool. Because how can I put this? If a demon is riding a Seeker, they had to catch that Seeker, and Seekers are
They're stupid fast.
very difficult to catch.
Oh yeah.
Seekers
are basically velociraptors.
Just
Oh my god, yeah.
just being on a
Anteater
Seeker
velociraptors.
almost makes you a Herald.
Yeah, because you're just
Yeah.
that fast and that powerful.
Yeah. But when a mortal's on it, that was kind of like the Seeker was given to them, and they're kind of stuck
It's
perpetually,
not the same, yeah.
perpetually killing people because it was a favor. So,
Seekers are just
and then
velociraptors.
and we already went over fiends. Fiends are just very angry anteaters, and
So
you just don't mess with an
if
anteater.
a seeker is an angry evil anteater horse, a fiend is an angry anteater jaguar. I'm going with jaguar.
Okay.
They're on all fours. They still have anteater faces. They'll still fucking murder you.
Actually, they're on all sixes.
Oh yeah, they are on all sixes.
Slangors look
Beastmen who like to fuck.
Yep.
Yeah. The one thing that
More
annoys
than
me
usual.
about Slaanesh units is there are 3 different chariots that all look very
It's like the
similar.
Heartseeker chariot.
Well, no, that's the Total War name for them. But no, so they're all called Blade Bringers.
I thought that was an actual. You know what? I'm probably just got the fucked up.
I mean, they were probably called that in
Old World.
Old World.
Oh man, real quick tangent. I came to a realization recently that like a lot of the Old World stuff that I knew was like the newer Old World stuff because obviously I wasn't alive in the 80s.
In 90s. Well, you were alive in part of the 90s.
Old World in the beginning was fucking dark. Like now, or at least in Old World before, like probably even now, like beastmen and whatnot, they're made through like evil rituals and yada yada yada. Yeah, beastmen in the 80s were made in a much different way.
Can you
No.
Did it involve women not consenting? I feel like that's where this is going. Yeah, okay. That's,
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Shit was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
like some 80s shit. right there.
Old World was dark.
Yeah. Dude, that's like when you read old lore for like Cyberpunk and like how shit got the way it did, and it's like, oh man.
And like to a certain extent, like it sounds fucked up. It's good lore, like it's good world building. Because yeah, when you're in a Warhammer IP, like shit's fucked up. That's kind of how it is. So like when you look at it from a purely like making a very cohesive lore and a world and making good lore and doing good world building and making races unique, like
And
to a
making
certain
the bad
extent,
guys sound like the bad guys.
Yeah, making bad guys really bad. Like it's good lore, but when you look at it from like a not that, you're just like Jesus fucking Christ.
It's like, why was this necessary?
A little bit.
Yeah.
But also, like, back in the day, when they're making the lore to make good lore, not because they're trying to sell millions of dollars of plastic minis.
Yeah. Well, at that point, it would have been pewter more than likely.
But the point being is they were smaller back then, so they focused more on, like, actual, like, not just trying to, be a gigantic company and sell a fuckload of money.
Yeah, that's very fair. Anyway, so yeah, you've got a bunch of chariots. Chariots on chariots on chariots on chariots.
The chariot ride the chariot, so now it's a super chariot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we forgot to discuss the Infernal and Rapturous.
Oh, Heart Bitch, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot her lore.
She played the MARP.
I forget how she gets to that,
She
though.
played the
Like,
MARP.
I know there's a story behind it, and I'm completely blanking on it. Fuck. Do you remember it?
I didn't think she was part of Hedonite. I thought she was like strictly just Slaanesh demons. That was it.
No, she's still considered
she's
a
a
herald.
herald.
No, that's fair, that's fair.
It's not just there's multiple of them, and I believe what happens is that the person that they're speaking to, they enrapture them so much because enrapture.
Oh well, the Rapturous.
No. The Infernal and Rapturous is an actual character. She is her own character.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there can be multiple, but I'll just treat her as
as
her own
far as
character.
her
as a
Marvel
moment.
goes, she plays the MARP, and by MARP I mean Manhunt.
Yeah. And that is, you know what, I'm not 100% sure at the moment, so I'm just gonna shut up.
Oh man, okay, like if anyone, I wouldn't be surprised if no one's seen this movie because it's old, it's older and it's a little out there. But if anyone's seen Kung Fu Hustle, there's a part in that it's old like karate movie, but it's like really funny. There's a part in the movie where like one of like the kung fu masters has this stringed instrument, this like Chinese stringed instrument, and they're playing the fucking music, and it's like throwing like daggers and shit at people like with the music, and it murders people. That's what the Infernal Rapturous does. She just plays her music, and then you just kind of die by getting like torn to shreds.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, I'm like, man, that's just like Kung Fu Hustle. Honestly, like if you ever have time to waste, it's a fucking hilarious movie. It really is. Like, it's,
you're
dumb
right.
as shit, but I love it.
She's not a specific character. It's a class of Harold.
Okay. So I believe what happens is that person that they play the MARP on,
By MARP we mean man harp, and yeah, it's as bad as it sounds.
yeah,
Spine, tendons, you can put two and two together. 2 plus 2 equals horrifying agony.
they pretty much enthrall that person so much to the point they let themselves be sacrificed to become a MARP. And
Sounds about right.
That sounds pretty on brand.
It is supposed to be such an. It's supposed to be very pleasurable and also the most excruciating pain you ever felt in your life.
Okay, so like everything goes Slaanesh. It hurts like a motherfucker, but also like
you're enjoying
damn,
it.
it feel good as fuck though.
Yeah.
Hot sauce.
Yeah, that is about how eating spicy food is.
Yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is you're never going to be able to look at the quirky band kid in your class ever again.
I am bleeding.
What? Slaanesh cometh.
Have you tried not bleeding?
Give that 10 minutes.
I don't know. Ask James.
Oh. I'm going to tell him you said that.
Go for it.
Yeah. He'll probably get a chuckle out of it.
I think that's about it.
For the characters, anyway.
Yeah, you should talk about some models and whatnot.
Yeah.
In the Hedonites of Slaanesh, there are Hedonites.
Yeah. And then there's a Lord of Pain, which is just like your generic leader for...
I stab things real good.
Yeah, it's your generic HQ for warbands. Slaanesh warbands. The Shard Speaker. Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay, so they're... Yeah. Okay. So there's a bunch of these HQs, and I'm like, oh yeah, why did I forget about these? And it's like, oh yeah, because they're like generic hero unit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Shard Speaker, they're just a favored sorcerer who's an HQ unit. Well, they're a hero, anyway. Sigvald, of course. The Contorted Epitome. The Mask. Vice Leader, Herald of Slaanesh, which is just another demonette.
Flavor of Herald.
Or Herald, thank you.
Flavor of Herald.
Yeah, it's another flavor of Herald. Dexessa, Cyanessa.
The twins.
The twins.
Twinsies.
You know, I don't think you actually get any bonus for fielding them together.
Really?
Yeah, I think you can. I just don't think you get any bonus from it, which I think that'd be cool if you did.
I think that's kind of stupid. That'd be really cool.
Well, no, on the other hand, that also means like you can field one individually, and it's not like you're missing out on anything.
But also, it would also encourage like cooler lists. Like, how could I fit these two in here but not make them
On the other
garbage?
hand, well, people are going to do that anyway because Cyanessa is an absolute fucking monster
Wizard.
caster,
Yeah.
and Dexessa, like holy shit, the
how
melee.
many on the 1 to 5 croak scale? How many croaks does she get for being a spellcaster? With 1 being shit and 5 being croak. Nagash is the only one that gets 6 croaks. He can just cast more spells. It's fucking terrifying.
Let me just read you some of her abilities.
All right.
So first of all, she has the Staff of Slaanesh, which is only 1 attack at an 18-inch range. But here's what it actually does. Do not pick a target or use the attack sequence for an attack made with this model's Staff of Slaanesh. Instead, pick 1 enemy unit within range of this model's Staff of Slaanesh and visible to them. The opposing player must roll a dice for that unit. If the roll is less than that unit's save characteristic but not a 6, that unit suffers D6 mortal wounds. If the roll is equal to or greater than that unit's save characteristic, but not a 6, that unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. On a 6, nothing happens.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
So many spells can she cast in one phase?
Is a wizard. They can attempt to cast one spell in your hero phase and attempt to unbind one spell in the enemy hero phase.
That's not a lot.
Oh, man.
They know the Arcane Bolt, Mystic Shield, and Whispers of Doubt spells. In addition, they know all of the spells from the lore of Slaanesh, the forbidden sorceries of Slaanesh, and the lore of Pain and Pleasure.
I give her
It's like 12 spells.
I give her 3 croaks. She can't cast a whole lot, but she has dumb abilities, and
You
she
can
knows
give her
a lot.
you can give her an arcane tome, and she can cast 2.
Yeah. So she's not like a
she's a named character.
she's not like a dummy.
Crap.
She's not like a dummy thick caster, but her abilities are stupid, and she knows a lot, so she gets 3 croaks.
Yep. She's a toolbox.
Because Nagash can cast 6 or 8 spells.
9.
Is it one for each book?
I believe so.
No, then it's 8. I remember reading. No, it's 8. Because I remember being like 9 books of Nagash, 8 spells, and I'm like, that's bullshit. Yeah, Nagash gets 6 croaks. He's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Almost impossible to play though, because he's like what 890 something points.
Nagash and 3 Terrorgeists.
Nagash and 3 Terrorgeists.
Still waiting on my Nagash model.
Oh, Christmas is coming.
I'm gonna be broke. So much. I was gonna buy myself a Japanese futon for this room, but guess what? Not happening right now.
Get wrecked.
Because I bought a 3D printer.
Mitchell has done his first 3D prints. Big titty Japanese anime girls. Not really.
No. It's a moon drow.
Big titty
titty
D&D anime girls.
Bro, they do have big titties, though.
Yeah,
Don't deny it.
Yeah, they
don't
do.
deny it.
I'm
Don't
looking
even
at
deny
it, Mitchell.
Yeah.
No, it is pretty cool. Those are more just like busts, right? They're just meant
Yeah,
to
they're
look
just
cool.
busts.
Yeah,
They're busty
they're
busts.
busty busts. The busts have bust.
Okay.
Fecundity.
Is
made that
that
joke in
is
a
that the
while.
entirety of the Slaanesh episode?
No,
I mean, we're just going through units, but like realistically,
Yeah.
like
Their battle line are Blissbarb archers. They shoot things. Demonettes.
By the
go
way,
figure.
Blissbarb archers are the worst range unit in the game, I believe.
Doesn't surprise me.
are they?
Slaanesh has a lower win rate than Cruel Boys at the moment. And Cruel Boys is only second from the bottom.
Slaanesh or Hedonites?
Slaanesh.
Same book.
Same book.
Yeah.
Same book.
Oof, really?
Yeah, it's 2 different armies in the same book, so it's all.
What makes them so bad?
Just they're 2.0.
Yeah, their 2.0 isn't particularly
they just
good.
need an upgrade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're one of the few battle tomes that like you can't. The old edition just isn't quite as good as it could be. It's not quite 40K 9th edition bad,
But like it's
Or,
still
yeah, ninth
up
edition.
there.
but yeah, it's still up there.
It's like a 38% win rate at the moment, but that's like all the other ones are above 45 except Cruel Boys, who are still pretty trash. So the game still very well balanced. That one book just not hitting that mark.
Yep. But then you have Hellstriders, which are basically mortals on the backs of Seekers, and then their weapons are molded into their bodies.
By comparison, didn't at one point in time in 40K the Necrons have like an 11% win rate?
It was pretty trash.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was bad.
And then, Leaves of Voltan came out and they're like a 90% win rate.
Well, yeah, because they shoot you once and your entire fucking squad dies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then there's Blissbarb Seekers, which are just Blissbarb archers on the back of Seekers.
Sorry, I feel bad. I keep cutting them off, but also before I forget, Votan won the world championship or the fucking.
Oh, wow! Surprising.
I forget what the name was. Jay was talking about it, but they won the competition of this is the best Warhammer army of the year right now, and that was after the nerfs.
Yep. All right. Exalted Chariots, which are just more chariots. Fiends. Hellflayers, which are just more chariots.
If you haven't put 2 and 2 together yet, Slaanesh like to go fast.
Yeah.
Eurobeat plays constantly.
Myrmidesh Painbringers, Seeker Chariots. Go more Seekers. More chariots.
90s.
Deja
And then
vu.
there's just Seekers by themselves. Oh, actually, I really like these guys. The Seeker Fiend, or sorry, not Seeker, Slangor Fiend Bloods. I actually really like those. That's the Beast of Chaos that is devoted specifically to Slaanesh. I actually really like them.
What is it called again?
Slangor.
Oh, the Slangor. Gotcha.
We already
Yeah.
covered those.
I like those guys.
I like the concept of there's a gore for each god. I like that
Except
a lot.
Zangors. I hate Zangors with a burning passion.
Well, yeah, because
I have
40K is
never
like, how do you-
willingly, I have never willingly bought Zangors, and I have 40 of them.
40K. How do we flesh out this? How do we flesh out this Thousand Sun box? Give him some gores.
Yeah. The Slick Blade.
How many? 90.
The Slick Blade Seekers, I actually like. They're more like armored. They're basically knights on the back of Seekers. I actually really like them. They're pretty cool. But my favorite is actually the...
Slangor, Zangor.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
It's Korgor and then
Oh, yeah.
Neuralgor? Neural? Sorry.
Beastman and
Nurgles?
Nurgle. I'm just going to say Beastman and Nurgle.
Beastman and
I
Neural.
think they're Nurgors. Nurglelords?
It sounds so weird because like the U fucks me up.
I need new socks.
Slang.
Moving on.
Moving on. Just moving on. I'm gonna
Yeah,
look
it's
it up.
weird. Anyway. But the Simbaresh Twin Souls, those are by far my favorite fucking unit. And here's why.
Is that the mural one?
No. So the Simbaresh... No, you're thinking of the Contorted Epitome, which is just a giant mirror that runs around the battlefield.
No, there's a mirror endless spell, and then there's a mirror unit.
Yes.
Okay.
The Contorted Epitome.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's,
No,
so what you're
the
talking
mirror
about?
you're thinking about is... Oh, damn it. Now I'm
what-
going to blank on it. Anyway. The Simbaresh Twin Souls. So here's just their little blurb from their description and their battle tome. Even by the standards of Sybarites, the Simbaresh are proud indeed. These former Myrmidesh Painbringers have forged dark pacts with the lesser demons of Slaanesh, sharing their mortal forms in return for a measure of otherworldly power. So the Myrmidesh Painbringers, those are basically the elite sword infantry of Slaanesh. Twin Souls are when one of those guys go, cool, I want to be better at murder. I want to have like otherworldly powers to aid me in my murder. So they literally allow themselves to get possessed by a lesser demonette, and then they share their body with the demonette.
Oh.
Like, they don't get possessed or anything, but like they literally share their body.
Kinky.
Very.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then their ability is Fractured Souls. At the beginning of your hero phase, you must pick one of the following abilities to apply to this unit until your next hero phase. You must pick a different ability in each battle round. Ego-driven Excess. You can re-roll hit rolls for attacks made with melee weapons by this unit. They're exclusively melee, by the way.
Oh.
Fiendish Reflexes. Roll a dice each time you allocate a wound or mortal wound to this unit. On a 5-up, that wound or mortal wound is negated. So either rerolls to hit or 5-up ward.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty spicy,
Nice.
especially when you pair it with the fact that all Slaanesh models just get an inherent exploding sixes.
Yeah. I think I'm going to call it there for the Slaanesh episode.
Oh, are you? Yeah, it's getting a little late.
You still have work in the morning, and you have to drive back. So if we want any ranting done, then it would be now.
Jacob.
Are you caught up on My Hero Academia?
I'm not.
I am 2 EPs behind.
Oh my gosh, it only gets more spicy.
I know.
Only more
I know
spicy.
exactly where we're at because I read this part like 2 years ago by accident, and I know I know what happens, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
My Aunt Mary's coming to
Yeah,
town.
no. Season 5 started. It's like, hey kids, you want to see a dead body? And that was basically what happened.
Yep. Oh gosh.
Shit is rough.
I've been watching Chainsaw Man. By the way, give me back my first book of Chainsaw Man.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
Yeah.
Next time we see each other, I'll pass it off to you.
Okay.
As far as ranting goes,
We did all our rants at the very beginning.
yeah, we kind of did. I don't know if you want to talk about some 30K stuff for a second. Can you just start at 30K?
Yeah, sure, we can.
And Sean's getting you a super spicy Christmas present for 30K.
Oh,
Yeah, Sean's getting him fucking Fulgrim.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm hyped. No, I'm really enjoying 30K at the moment. And the really cool thing about 30K is, so my issue with Space Marines and 40K is they all just felt like the exact same fucking army. Unless you were playing like something
against Space
unless you were
Marines.
playing like a unique codex, like the dark, not even so much the Dark Angels, but mostly like the Blood Angels.
Yeah. Death Watch.
Jesus, Space Wolves, fuck.
Yeah, or the Space Wolves. Like, it just kind of felt the same. Like, it gets really same really
It's also
quick.
rough when you play nothing but Space Marine players. It's like, yes, no matter what I do, I have to deal with Armor of Contempt.
That's, dude, that was my biggest problem. Not saying anything against y'all, but that's my biggest problem about playing 40K, because it was nothing but going against Space Marines.
Well, there's
and
good
look at
news
me.
for you then.
I was playing Necrons. I was trying to do different armies to provide a little bit of spice in our life, but
There's good news for you then, because Sean's getting me another
Nid?
yes, big. What are the big?
Oh, yeah,
What are the big units
big
called?
leaper.
Oh,
The
Forge World Leaper.
the demon core,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. So now I have my hero font and that, and like I'm pretty sure if I put off my nids anymore, God himself will strike me down. So
Yeah, what
Probably
all
gonna-
do you need to... You have...
you do your nids. Once you start doing your nids, I'll officially go whole ham on my Gene Stealer
honest to
bolts.
God, I just need more battle line. Fuck both of you. It's not battle line. Troop choice. Yeah, because like as far as troop choice goes, I have like some gaunts and I have some Gene Stealers, but I have plenty of big boys because like once I build my hero font, I'll have a Titan, and I have two of the horsebacks, cannon mouth guys, and I can switch either of them to the
Tentacly guys.
tentacle eat thing guys. I have two now because I can't find my fucking painted hive tyrant that has just disappeared. I have two hive tyrants. One's a flyrant and one's a swarm lord. I have some hive guard, which are garbage now. At least the shooty versions are. But I have some hive guard and some tyrant guard. I have a decent amount of gargoyles. I think I have a 2,000 point army. It's not necessarily a specialized 2,000 point army, but I have a 2,000 point army. But like I'm gonna have the Hive Tyrant. I'm gonna have the thing Sean's giving me. I have a couple lictors. I have Death Leaper because I'm pretty sure Charles got me Death Leaper. So I
have a metal old red one.
I know it looks so fucking horrible. I love it.
I love it.
It looks so bad.
No, I've seen it. Yeah, no, it's
But
bad.
I just need to. I don't know. Like I said, it's been really. Oh, here's my rant. It's been really hard to get motivated to build anything for 40K because the game is so fucked right now. And it's like, I know chances are if I try to play them at the shop, they're going to want to do like the current version, and I fucking hate
That's
the game.
why you
right
should
now.
bring your 40K stuff over here and we can play. I can try to learn my Gene Stealer cults.
Well, like, here's the thing. If I'm playing 40K, I'm just going to play the old way, the 2,000 point 12 CP. Like, that's what I know. It's not the best, but it makes sense. But this whole, like, you have to buy your Warlord trait. You have to buy your first relic and shit.
Get your codex. Only your codex and an FAQ and core rulebook. That's all we're going to do.
Yeah.
Or an open war, whatever.
Yeah. But point being, it's been really hard to motivate myself to do anything for 40K because the game is so fucked right now, and it's just
I
like,
got nobody to play with.
basically
so
every
I don't really do
time
anything.
I feel even a speckle of motivation to build 40K, I'm like, 40K. 40K.
Hey, do your Tyranid so I can finally do my Gene Stealer cults.
We can be mood kindreds.
That's
But the one thing that I am like, in my fucking soul waiting for.
It's not Brood Kindred, it's Brood Brother.
Brothers. Like, in my fucking soul, I am waiting for is the World Eater Codex to drop. I 100% guarantee you when World Eaters come out, I am going to get my second win because, oh my fucking God, do I want to play World Eaters so bad.
More Space Marines.
But like, at least it's not like, at least it's not my salamander. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, I shoot Milta. It's basically me going, and like running at you screeching. So like, at least I'll be one dimensional.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, Angron looks fantastic. The Eightfold, the new models look fantastic. We're getting a codex for the first time. And like, I've always liked World Eaters, and I have a really cool paint scheme I want to do. I'm not gonna do like the old generic red. I'm gonna do like majority like red, how they look like, but like they're all like their left pauldron's all gonna be white, like the original, because I really like that callback.
That bone white.
The bone white. So
their pauldrons were blue. Thank you very much.
But they were bone white.
Nope.
Well, no, their primary color was bone white, but yes, he's technically correct.
Okay, well, their pauldron's gonna be bone white to call back to their primary color scheme. But like, I have a color scheme in mind that I want to do. I like the lore. I like the models. I like beating people with sticks. So like, I'm just really hyped for it. And then I will finally get to join the club of owning a Demon Primarch, because Angron looks fantastic. And I know
fair, I'm not part of that club.
You're next.
Yeah, you're next. With World Eaters coming out, like,
I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably gonna have to wait till 10th edition if
10th edition is literally right around the corner,
probably. Yeah. But I'm just really fucking hyped for that, and I know for a fact that if I'm gonna be building more World Eaters, like to a certain extent, a Space Marine, when it comes to building them. So like, when I'm doing that, I might as well do my NIDs, but I'm probably gonna start working on my NIDs sometime after Christmas anyway, because like, I need to. At this point, I have 3 gifts from 3 different people that I haven't touched, and I'm pretty sure that like bad friend status is creeping ever closer to me.
Yeah.
So
Mister, I haven't built my fucking Silent King yet.
No.
So one thing that I'm really excited
Why do you wound me so deeply
about Horus Heresy and 30K is that so you can only have like a quarter of your army actually consist of Primarchs and Lords of War in point value.
Yeah, don't Primarchs have their own special like slot to go in?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like the Supreme Commander slot for 40K.
Also, I might be coming to you to print me out a Vulcan, because the Vulcan model that comes out is like ass. The Vulcan model I have is kind of ass.
Yeah. Just pay for my resin and I'll be happy.
I will do that.
Yeah.
I'll give you like the $3.50 the resin costs.
But no, the other really cool thing the reason that I make note of that is because at 2,000 points, you can really only include like a Primarch or a Lord of War, and even then not so much, because like Lords of War are expensive. Mm-hmm. The cool thing about that though is that Horus Heresy scales really easily up into the Apocalypse level. Like, by the way, 3,000, 4,000 points scales.
If you haven't figured this out yet, the Hedonites episode is done and we're just bullshitting now, so if you want to sign off, now's the time.
Yeah. But no, it just scales like you wouldn't believe, especially because shut up. In 40K, a standard Space Marine squad is like 5 models.
Yeah.
Like if you're bringing Space Marines,
but in 30K it's like 20.
Men. Yeah, no. In
well, yeah,
30K,
when you have 100,000 in your Legion and not 1,000, it's a little easier.
Yeah, and so the like your
or the whole like you don't build a tank, you have 3 tanks.
Yeah, your troop choices, which I think they're actually called battle line, because there are troops, but then there are like troops, and I think they're just called battle line. But your battle line choices, like the minimum squad size is 10, so you're carrying around 10 boys with bolters. Is big. Don't they die a little easier though, because they're not seen as like elites? They're more not really. They don't get armor of contempt, but they still get that 3-up armor. I do find it really fun. Like I know it's a completely different game with different systems, so this doesn't really fit, but it still kind of makes you laugh. Where it's like, man, I'm tired of playing 40K because I have to face nothing but Space Marines, so I'm gonna play 30K. Okay, face nothing but Space Marines.
Okay, but there is a big difference because
I know there is.
It's balanced around Space Marines.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I would honestly, like, I was hesitant to get into 30K because like the rules are so different, and there's like the blast templates and everything seems a little complicated. There's a bunch of keywords. Bro, I keep forgetting my blast templates. But realistically, I really wouldn't mind playing Salamanders in 30K. But I
thought you were going to do Ultramarines.
Salamanders look really pretty in 30K.
Okay.
I might. It's a moot point. I can't afford it. Like, I just can't. Unless Philip walks up one day and goes, I just bought you a bunch of 30K or something like that, it's just not happening. Even if I have the money, it's not intelligent for me to buy 30K right now, so it's just not going to fucking happen.
One thing I will say, 30K shit is so much fucking cheaper. Point-wise and, like, dollar-wise. So cheap.
You get 20 Space Marines for $70.
Instead of, 10.
Yeah, for 60. Yeah.
It's great. And then the other really cool thing about it is, so I just bought two Demos pattern rhinos, and they ended up costing me $60, $65. Granted, that was after my discount at Bastrop Games and Hobbies plug.
By the way, in case y'all forget, I'm pretty sure we include the link for Bastrop Games and Hobbies in all of our episodes, right?
Do we still do that? I don't think anymore.
Not anymore. All right.
But if you Google Bastrop Games and Hobbies, you will find it.
It's a cool ass store, and Jay will make sure you get your shit. He will do everything in his power to make sure you get your shit. You can't do much about GW's really, really shitty shipping policies, looking directly at the Cadia sandboxes, but he will do everything in his power to make sure you get your shit. So even if you live out of state, if you want to support our game shop and hobby, that'd be nice.
He was
There's
actually
a lot
telling
of,
me, he was telling me not too long ago that he actually had somebody call in and was saying that oh yeah, I heard about this shop through Lorecast Eternals.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and and the dude was asking about boxes and bundles and things like that, and he was like, "Oh, cool. Let me go check with my wife."
Oh, that's amazing. That actually makes me really happy that someone actually called. That's super cool.
Yeah, no, and the guy was looking at getting from what Jay was saying, he was looking at getting a whole ass army.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man. That'd be hot.
Yeah.
Look at it. Where's our percentage?
Where's our cut? But no,
you need to start giving us free books now.
but no, just two rhinos was which granted, I don't think rhinos are super expensive in 40K
but it's still
either.
vehicles.
But
They were $35.
yeah, they were basically
They're $40 now. Yeah.
Pricing.
Okay, so maybe
dude,
it was the same price then.
I really want to do
Night
Lords.
The Sicarian tanks.
Yeah.
The Sicarian tanks were only 60.
Yeah.
Fun.
Really, I don't think 30K is too expensive. I understand you can't afford it, but it's get an Age of Darkness box and add a couple of things here and there.
It's definitely not 40K expensive. I know it's more along the lines of, if I have $150 that I realistically could build at least a decent size army, at least 1,000 points or whatever the fuck. It's very much should I do that, or should I be an adult and put it in savings? Because me and just fucked up our savings for this year, and as much as I would like nice shit, really being a smart and responsible adult, I kind of can't. I might start. What the fuck are you doing? Those of you here
he winked at me.
slowly mouth fucking the mic while looking at Mitchell with fuck me eyes. It's the Slaanesh talk, man. It's getting in his head.
Yep.
I might start slowly acquiring bit by bit, just so I have something.
Yep.
And I might pay hey Phil, do you want to play a super fucking pointless 500 point 30K battle? But so I might do that. But when 40K came out, when y'all got me into 40K, it was in a month I had a 2,000 point army.
Yeah.
I had gotten my 2,000 points in a month. I went hard on it. I traded you Hephaestus for a fucking Indominus box.
Best trade ever.
I wheeled and dealed really hard to get a functional army, and now it's just I just don't really have that
Drive.
Not even drive. I don't have the options right now.
Yeah.
Because so I don't know. I might talk to Jess about it and see if we work something out, but realistically, it just I don't have the same funds that I did back then.
Yeah. Either to cut you off, I'm doing Night Lords. I'm doing Night Lords, right?
Are you sure?
Every single time I see those Beaky Boys, I really want to do Raven Guard.
Listen, man. If you don't fucking do Night Lords, Ozzy will come for you.
Mm-hmm.
There is a number, Mitchell.
This is a different game.
We've already talked about that. They are close enough, and these parameters are in fact acceptable. So there is a number, Mitchell.
There is a number.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I'm changing. I'm just saying every single time I see him, I just go Raven Guard.
I will say, realistically, if you want to change that, fine. But if you go word bearers, if you fucking buy Erebus, I'm gonna have to burn your house down.
That's a lot of people losing their house.
Fuck Erebus. Me and my homies all hate
Erebus.
Erebus.
Fuck Erebus. But hold on, if you go world leaders or word bearers, that's Argol Tall, right?
Yeah.
Man, if you get Argol Tall,
that model's so hot.
Oh my fuck, it's so good. My fact is, he's not even a demon prince. He's just a possessed, but he looks so good.
Yeah. He's the greatest possessed.
But
he's
basically demon prince level of threat, because I'm pretty sure Sanguinius had to kill him, if I remember correctly.
You mean Erebus did?
No, it was Erebus. No. I could have sworn he.
There's a reason why we all hate Erebus.
No, it was Karn.
It was Karn.
Yeah, Erebus tricked Karn.
No, I could have sworn that Argol Tall fought in the Siege of Terra.
No, wait. No, it was Argyltal's
Good question.
death that
I'm gonna
that
go flay
pushed
some babies.
Karn.
Go flay some babies. No, yeah, Argyltal. No, Erebus did kill Argyltal because basically Erebus was like,
By the way-
Karn needs to be a murder machine. But I'm pretty sure
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Argyltal fought Sanguinius on like the Siege of Terra and like didn't die. So
Yeah, that's something for you.
Okay.
anyway, I think we've ranted about enough. 2 hours, yeah, good. Phil's back. This is a good episode.
Yeah,
We'll see
glad to be
y'all probably the week after Christmas. And yeah, peace out, motherfuckers.
Have a good night.
Tits.